Charlie. Today I'm doing some work. I have to build a virtual fish tank, which I'm not showing off today, and I have to update my website, which our shipping policy is going to be changing because they are not tracking packages once they leave the United States. We had it happen to a fellow over in England, which we're trying to work on it right now with them. Because once the package leaves the United States, boop, it just disappears off the radar. And have they been doing that? No, they have not been doing that because I've been sending packages overseas for quite a very long time. That was the issue. I don't think I would have ever in my life shipped the package overseas because that'd be crazy. I'd be hit with all kinds of problems at the end of the day due to the fact that we can't even figure out where the package is at, and we need that because again, if you can't show where the package is at, you can show your tracking number where you shipped it at. The problem you have is PayPal does not honor any form of returns or disputes unless you can show officially delivery of that package being shipped, being there. So we got to talk to PayPal about how this is going to work. But other than that, we're going to move all overseas shipping. Let's talk about missing. Yeah. There is missing states. Missing. This is what I'm talking about by individuals who come on YouTube. They make faulty products. They don't test them at all, period. These are quick schemes at the end of the day. And there'll be areas missing at site, specifications missing. Very serious information about the product itself is missing. Very short cut paragraphs that don't explain anything about the product itself. A lot of lies, YouTube videos we can't find on the product itself. Now, to anyone to sit there and say, well, Mr. Bird, why are you spending the time into this? I like what I do. I'm very passionate about my work. As you can see, the work we put in to make sure our products work properly, the things we build around our products to make sure that they do what they need to do. For those that sit there and say, well, is he considered to be he's not a threat to us in any way whatsoever because due to the fact he can't make screen paint. I mean, clearly, I can see that if a person who's been there for years and been making this stuff successfully, I can tell your product works or not. I can tell by looking at your YouTube video if you're dodging light. I've been here for a very long time. I know things that you don't even know about. If we were to go into AVS forums or any site, and we had to press on who knows what, I could explain things that they don't even know. One of the things I do know that there's states missing, and the only time somebody removes a state, unless either they're banning the state because they're upset with it, but that's a huge, massive ban. You're talking about banning an entire state for one person. That's kind of stupid because you lose money in the process. Unless you're doing that good, unless your product is doing that good. You got a product that's one of a kind. And if they go someplace else, they're not going to get the same quality that you can dish out. Then yeah, you could ban an entire state, period, because no one else can get it. As a matter of fact, we're doing it this week. We are purchasing products just about from everywhere to have it posted on our website to show how many products couldn't take our screen paints. Got to be to do that before you can actually make statements like that, and before you can tell a customer that may be disrespectful to you that hey, look, you can't buy it any place else. You can't find anything that competes with my stuff. You have to be to show that. But again, removing an entire state, woo man, that's crazy because it happened to us. I came in to buy these PARTAY PSP, the Series C. We came to buy from him, and we received not only were the shopping carts locking down, and he claimed to be on vacation. Heck, I went to Disney World for about a week. Okay. All my shopping carts were open. I made money. I gotta make that money up I spent in Disney World. So all my shopping carts were open. I had people just waiting on hold before I got back. I go to eBay, I buy projectors all the time. I sit there and say, hey, I'm on vacation. I'll take care when I get back. Click, I'll buy it. Because if he's coming back either way, I'm going to have it. So why would I shut down the shopping cart and not make money? Again, that's not a good businessman. So we knew that from the door that the reason why these shopping carts were being locked was because that the shopping carts were locked due to the fact that I'm gonna go to my one of my emails real quick because I got stuff in my emails here I can pull up. The reason why that shopping cart was being locked was because what happened was he canceled on his first orders. Now, We know that was pretty embarrassing. Canceling your first orders, and you have to get that money back. You talk a lot of trash. I tell people about talking a lot of trash and not being to back it up. It's going to embarrass you, and that's what he did. This man, grown man, walked around in his backyard and made some false statements about our company, saying that we canceled an order that we never got from him. So I said, hey, you want to play that game? I'll show you where I'll dish it right back at you. $700 for cancellations. I'm about to get my cancellations right now and transfer them to, I like to be on this account, print them all out. I'm building me a book of cancellations. So I found the person to do the book for me. But anyway, yeah, he returned all the money back to the account because he went out and made some statements he shouldn't have made. And we went and placed orders for his product. Let's get the product down here. Let's get it down here for testing. This is the goopity-goop nonsense. That's why we have another phone here. The phone was here because he made a statement on camera, which we have on recording, stating that the reason why you're going to have so much water in your paint at around 16 ounces, half of the paint itself out of 32, is because the water works as a delivery system to keep the paint from evaporating, which is a lie. So I decided to get myself another cell phone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy his paint, drain all the water out of it, and then I'm going to go in and I'm going to see if this actually is the real thing. So no sooner than we made that statement, the paint disappears. The site shuts down. Paint's no longer available. It's gone. So for a minute. Get over here, get building my virtual fish tank. And I got Monday morning, I got a meeting with City Hall about our technology. I'm about to go in and get my work done. But anyway, yeah. So going in and finding out that he canceled all the orders, put the money right back in the account. The first order he did sit on, and PayPal decided that decision. They requested for him to ship out the item, which we requested. For the item to be shipped out, we did not want the money, we wanted the item, and he had 10 days to get the item to us, in which we did not receive. We received the money instead. Everything there, so we're going to print everything up. So from there, he returned $700 worth of orders, $20 in samples, about $60 in samples, and we paid twice for what the paint was costing now, which we paid $160, $160 per quart. The money was returned back to the account so fast that the first one that went through, he tried to sit on, he tried to keep the money, didn't work out well for him because we filed a PayPal complaint for him to ship the item out. He tried to sit on the order. The second one, the money was returned back to the account so fast that he couldn't go through PayPal now. Figured that out. Couldn't do that. It wasn't going to work. We were able to use the same $160 to make all the purchases. Over here. So keep in mind that when you return money back through PayPal, what happens is you have to pay PayPal back a percentage for the transfer. Anytime. And depending on how big the order is, depends on how much money they're going to want back for the transfer, for transferring the money back over. So PayPal gets paid when the money goes through, and they get paid when money's going out. So with that being said, every time he canceled an order, he had to pay me and pay PayPal at the same time. That's what happened to Jamie. Jamie paid $1,900 back to us and turned around and paid an additional fees back to PayPal, which you lose money in the process, not make money. That's the whole purpose of having a business. It's not to lose money, it's to make money. The minute you start losing money, this is what should tell you at the end of the day, this may not be the best business investment you've gotten yourself into. This is why we broke it down and we told you at the end of the day that Jamie's not making any money. He's not making any money at all. Why? His product costs 60 bucks. When you break down how much it costs to make paint out of $60, it ain't jack. Even if you go the cheapest way possible, you still ain't making enough money. You just ain't making it. It's not there. Nowhere in the world. So he's lucky if he walks off with maybe $5 or $10 to his name. I know I did this one already. I did this one way back in the day when I first started off. I was charging $2 less for my paint, and I wasn't making any money at all. And I went back and I told my mom, I said, man, I don't even know if I want to do this anymore. I make more money basically working than this at the end of the day. I might just go back to work, start off where I came from. And she was like, well, what are you doing wrong? I said, I don't know, I'm charging this much. She said, you can't be charging for this. At the end of this, it's handmade. This is something you made with your hands. Things that made with your hands cost more. You go buy a leather jacket from the store, it may cost you $600. You buy a jacket with handmade, customized, you're talking about $3,000 jacket now. So he said, you got to charge what your product is worth. You can't make it in business unless you know what your product is worth. Can you stand behind it? I said, yes. Can you back it up? I said, yes. She said, get your money. Go get your money. And that's what I did. I followed her advice and went and got my money. That's why we do all this testing. We back everything up that we do. And you can back it up 100%. You can charge what you need to charge. But if you can't back it up, then you can't. You can't charge that money at the end of the day because you really can't back it up. But anyway, so I lost money. I lost a lot of money in that first 6 months. It was so bad to the point that I thought I was going to give this up. I'm done. Because I wasn't making anything. I was making a couple pennies. I was making 5, 10. At one point, I was happy just to make $10 off of something that I made with my own hands. Because it's kind of a trip when you made something with your own hands. You manufacture something with your own hands, and now you are basically making revenue. That basically right there, it's like, wow, man, I can actually make money. You never get over that first trip. I had my first dollar bill when I first started my company. Yeah, I got it framed. I kept it. My first dollar bill I ever made. I got it framed. I got to find that too. I want to hang it up in here. But anyway, so yeah, but then after a while you realize that $10 and $5 is not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough money to sustain your company. Reality starts to kick in. It's not going to be enough to make it. So I had to get my company where it was at. All these vintage toys, I showed you vintage toys, all these toys. I have a warehouse full of vintage toys. I sold some of my collection. I actually know how to buy, and mother taught me how to antique. She always taught us different skills and stuff in case we need to make money. I know antiques. I know you can go to a garage sale and you can see a set of Chinaware. I bet you 100 people walk past there not realizing how much that Chinaware is worth. The person selling it sometimes don't even know what they have is worth. And they'll say, oh, this is something old that got sitting around the garage. You watch Antique Roadshow, you know what I'm talking about. Some old sitting in the garage. But a collector will see that and go, oh, shoot. You know how much money that's freaking worth right there? They don't even know what that's worth. That's what they're selling it for? Yeah, because they know at the end of the day. So that's why I said knowledge is power at the end of the day. The more you know, the more you can make. So you can walk past something to give you $6,000 in your banking account, and you can buy something over there that may give you like maybe $2 or $3, $5 on a resale, because you don't even know what bone china looks like. You don't know anything about the 24 karat gold trim, the emblems they have, the stamps they have on the back of those plates. You don't know. But a person who does know is going to make $6,000 that day. Knowledge is power. You should know this. My mother taught me antiquing. So that's how I was able to buy all this stuff, and I was able to fund my company. I didn't go to the bank. I didn't have to. I had a skill set. I went to all these little thrift stores, and I found little areas of pockets of gem all over North Philadelphia. These little small pocket mom and pops that had all this stuff at the end of the day. That's what the sneakerheads were doing. When they came over to Temple University, the white boys, when they came over to Temple University, they were smart. These sneakers have been in the neighborhoods for years. All the old Air Jordans, what do you call it? Troops, kangaroos, ponies, all them old sneakers from way, way, way back in the day. Because what people don't understand is that the Asians, which makes them so unique about buying from them, they don't throw away their inventory. They keep everything. Even if something was on a recall, like a sneaker, they keep it. You know how much money a recall sneaker, a misprint cost at the end of the day? Is a lot of money. And they keep everything. So those little tiny mom and pop Asian stores you see, tucked away in a little corner that people walking by past. You need to walk around and take a look in there. You find some crazy stuff in there, because that's how I was finding all my merchandise. I was going to those little stores. So they don't throw away anything. So the white boys, when they came up here, they were smart from Temple University. They're sneakerheads. They were going to all these little mom and pops. I was watching little mom and pops, and they were gathering up boxes and boxes of sneakers, buying up all their inventory. Yeah, because their inventory was vintage. They were finding all the old sneakers. Where us African Americans were living in the neighborhood for years and could have had access to all this stuff, and we didn't even cash it on it. They cashed it on it. I watched it happen. Then later on, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans started picking up on it, and they were like, huh. Because they worked at a lot of those stores. A lot of those stores that worked at those mom and pops. The little cha-chas on the corner, the Asian people ran it. You had the Latinos out there, sometimes African Americans out there, pushing them people, selling the products. Now, some of the Latinos caught on. We were looking at my buddy that he caught on, a couple of his buddies caught on what was in that inventory stock way deep in the back. They have control inventory. And they found these Nikes back there. A long time ago, Nike made this sneaker that had Nike made a sneaker that had a Japanese flag on the inside of the sneaker. They discontinued it because the Japanese felt it was like the Americans saying that you're walking on us. Do you have any idea how much them sneakers are worth? Just put it this way, you could retire with those things. And he bought 10 pair of those on his discount because he knew what he had back there. So anybody walking there would have had those sneakers mint condition in the box, yeah, you would have retired. The Air Jordans that had the double box, they had one set with Air Jordans here, another set, the limited edition box, a whole bunch of them back there. They don't get rid of the inventory. Mind you, these gyms, what I told you about, are all over the world. You just got to find them. It's like Pokemon, you got to catch them all. But yeah, they got little hidden stuff back there. Little, what do you call them, those convenience stores. The convenience stores that sell everything. There's always something back there. I went back in one of these little old stores, and I found the old-fashioned yo-yos from the 60s and 70s. I found a ray gun that's around 19. I got 12 of these things. I had 40 of them. I sold them. Sold some of them off. But these ray guns have been around since the 60s. Mint condition, in the package, perfectly sealed. I know we're off topic, but yeah. You got to know what you're looking for, but you know you can't make money if you don't know what you're looking for. That's how that works. There you go. You know how old this is? I'm pretty sure that the material on here has probably got lead paint in it. If you're from my era, you know what these are. When I was a kid, we used to squeeze these little triggers and they flash. Still works, mint condition. You know how much money this thing is worth? A lot of money. I got about 12 of these. I got Tonka trucks, G.I. Joes. I got Transformers. You name it, I got them. Barbies, My Little Ponies, all mint condition in a package. If I wanted to retire from this business, I can. I got stuff worth a lot of money. Can I sell it? No, not really. I sold my seconds. That's what I sold. Everything I buy it in pairs. Or maybe more than that. If there's a lot of inventory, I can just stock up and buy. But I got this for $1.50 because they're still selling it by the timeline in which it was being sold. So yeah, Flash Gordon ray guns, I got those. All that stuff. And we were talking about their collections with their Marvels and stuff like that, man. I got stuff that date back to, I got Barbie and Fisher Price that date back from the 60s. The Easy Bake Ovens, I got all that stuff. The original Tonka trucks, the ones that are made out of metal, so the ones they had before, when you could stick your knee and you can push yourself down the street, I got those in inventory. I'm not selling any of them. Sesame Street, I got the animatronic Toontown toys, Kermit, Miss Piggy, all of them. Yeah, because you got to know what to look for when you walk into these places. When you're buying toys, it's not only the vintage toys, you got to know what vintage toys were popular at that particular time. Like Cabbage Patches. I own 126 different versions of Cabbage Patches still in the container. Legos. Tinker Toys. And since I lived in that era, I know exactly also too what was a popular toy at that particular time. So yeah, I walked into a store one day coming in from class, and what caught my eye, they had these suede quads in the window. They had the old-fashioned rollerblades back in the day, the 70 versions. The ones that had the see-through on wheels. They were like yellow, they were blue, green. And then they had some of them that had the brown suede with the laces on top. That brown suede, you don't see them anymore. They switched over the suede over to black leather and white leather, but the original ones were suede. So I'm looking at these, I'm like, these can't be real because they're in a box right in the window. And I walk past this place every time. It's an old little shop there. Nobody goes in there. So I walked in there and I bought those. I bought 3 pair of those skates. Should have bought more, but I bought 3 pairs of skates. I walked in the back there. There's Sony boom boxes back there, little tiny ones about the size of this right here, about 2 of these right here. There little Sony boom boxes in there. I bought those too. So I got to talking to the guy. Was like, "What else do you have in here?" He said, "Well, I got a few things here and there." Because he didn't think I was interested. I was interested in everything he had in that store. But I didn't see the back yet. I haven't been in the back yet. I was only in the front. You guys are into the Power Rangers? Yeah, I got the original ones. All the little toys and stuff, the lamps, all that stuff, the piggy banks, everything they made, I got all that. Even down to the birthday napkins, I got it all. Barney, got that too. All that stuff. Troll dolls, everything. He had it all back there. I can't believe anyone missed this spot. So as I go in there and I buy a few trinkets, I take them back. I jump online, I do my research, I figure how much they're worth. Some are worth about 5 grand, some worth 10. I got a My Little Pony out of there one time, mint condition. Somebody wanted, I paid a dollar, no, I paid $44 for the pony. I sold a pony on eBay for about $500. That's a big come up, ain't it? It's a very serious come up. So as I got to know this guy, we became friends. He said, "Are you really interested in this stuff?" I said, "Yeah, I am." He said, "Because this stuff is old, and I'm going to throw it. He's going to throw it away." A lot of people throw our stuff in landfills. There's a lot of stuff sitting in landfills today that are worth millions of dollars because the person, the owner, felt it's trash. Like all those ETs that they made by Atari, where the company just got tired of them because they weren't selling and it just wrecked the company. Those are all sitting in landfills somewhere. You know how much money those things are worth? If you have an ET in mint condition in the box by Atari, a game that basically doomed Atari, yeah, a lot of money. But they're listed in landfills. And the other half, if there's any laying around, mostly get shipped to a third world country. That's why when you go to a third world country, you go, especially when they made it over there, you go over there and you go, "Oh, crap. I remember these back in the day. Like, where did these come from? They used to sell these in the United States. Yeah, because they import all that stuff over there. They buy them." Then you may find some lingering around. Like they had a couple of couple of games that got banned. You can't buy them. They had a couple of games that were defective. You can't buy them. But guess what? Certain places, like the big stores, will send that stuff back and get their money. But the little mom and pops don't. They'll keep it. Then later on, somebody come and go, "Oh, shoot. Remember they used to make these?" And they'll buy it for cheap. And it turn around and sell it for a ton of money. But anyway, long story short, just because I got to get back to this topic real quick. Yeah, you don't know what you have. You have to know what you have. You have to understand the value of what you have. But not only that, if you're not educated in that field, people walk past money every single day and don't even know it. They walk past money all the time. In garage sales, they walk past money every single day and don't even know it because you got to educate yourself on that. Mom taught me everything. How to find silver, china, all that stuff. Antique statues, pictures, paintings, records, all that stuff. She taught me all that stuff. So yeah, I can make money as a collector. As a matter of fact, I have a massive collection right now. And the thing about it is, I can't sell it because it's part of me. Like that ray gun sitting back there. Alright, let's get back to this nonsense that I got to go through today. Because I was on a forum site yesterday. I didn't get a chance to come on because I was busy. I was out with family. And I was out taking care of some business. I actually found me a gallery, like a store we can put our stuff in, and I got a chance to talk to the owner over there, and it looks like we're going to be getting our hookup. Let me see. I'm not going to be on long because I left my on here as it is. Let me see. So yeah, missing. There are states missing. Texas is missing. I know why Texas is missing. Somebody contacted me and said their state went missing. Also, too, got a lot of family in Texas, and they were going to pick up the item and ship it to us. So we know why Texas is missing. Maryland's missing. We know why Maryland's missing because apparently somewhere along the line, those two guys got into an argument. They got into an argument, and he went out and called him a scammer. And of course, you know, Richmond Cohen probably threatened to buy his product and bring it over for testing. He doesn't test his own stuff out, so he doesn't know anything about testing to begin with, but it wouldn't take much to expose him because, again, the paint doesn't turn the color it's supposed to be. I watched it happen in 2 different demonstrations with McAfee. I watched it happen with the Series C and whatever, something A, and the charcoal paint came out gray, and the Series C came out gray. Everybody saw that one. So, again, yeah, it doesn't do what it's supposed to do, so he wouldn't have to do much to expose him at all, period. But he doesn't know anything about testing. If he knew something about testing, he would have. You would have seen more testing under his products. What's going on in the background? Hey, Mr. Cat, you know, be back there. Not my cat. I had a cat up here doing. Oh, I know where they're at. I know what emails are on. But yeah, so. Oh shit, I'm gonna be working on this. Got things to do today, people. I'm building me a virtual fish tank. Gotta get that done because Monday it's gonna be a hectic day. I gotta be down at City Hall. I got business and people to talk to over there. And I had to get my business cards made. I got some stuff I gotta do, and I gotta screen to build. I like to go on the website, updating the demo website. So I'm basically removing stuff we're not going to be selling anymore. I don't tell you we don't have this here on this one because it's not coming up on the whatchamacallit. Let me see. No. Let me be this one. No, gotta add this one to the system. It's on this one, because this is where it would have came from. Really? This is how you spell that bird? Now, for those of you saying, well, why is it's an interest for me, it's an interest for anybody that's not doing their job correctly. And you don't have to know me at the end of the day, but if I'm basically doing some demonstration, I'm watching your bullcrap pop up on my feed, and I know darn well 100% that you're lying, I'm exposing you. You know why? Because I take what I do very seriously. If you haven't noticed it so far, in the 14 years I've been doing this, that I take what I do very seriously. I don't like it when people take something that I do and butcher it. You know why? Because when you butcher crap at the end of the day, it makes everybody look bad who works hard for their product. They put us in the same category as your crap. Nobody wants to be in that crap at the end of the day. Somebody can do something so jacked up that people will label everybody for somebody else's mistake. That's why people have to stand up and expose these individuals, just like Epson did. Epson was the only company that I've seen so far that came in and exposed multiple projectors for lying about their specifications. It took the time and effort to hire attorneys, take them to court to expose them for what they are. Which if more companies did this when it first started, you wouldn't have so many knockoff machines right now flooding the industry. And mind you, for people saying, well, it's not that bad, it is that bad. Because customers get ripped off on that nonsense. Schools get ripped off. Churches, businesses get ripped off. They buy these dinky projectors because they lie in the specifications. They don't get anything that the projector's supposed to do. And that's where they contact us. And that becomes a headache to us. Because at one point, we used to basically didn't have those policies. Now we had to put all those policies in play because we had people that would file a complaint against us saying that the screen paint didn't work. And it was the projector that was faulty that didn't work. That's why we did all those demonstrations on the blacklist. We had to defend ourselves because idiots did not control this nonsense when it first started off, like Amazon and eBay, because they were making money. Then later on, which is jacked up when you think about it, if you buy a fake projector off eBay, how come eBay didn't catch that nonsense to begin with? You buy, you waste your time and money. Now you got to do a charge back or whatever crap you got to go through to get your money back. And then they'll turn around and go, oh, okay, it's a scam projector. We'll just give you back your money. Well, couldn't you have caught that from the beginning so I wouldn't have to go through this nonsense? I at least would have a projector sitting in my home that works instead of me waiting a couple of days or a couple of weeks in order to get my money back to buy another one. See, that's what I'm talking about, headache. And the reason why you have to go through that process, because they're greedy, that's why. Anybody can come up there with any crappy projector, like the eye show wall. You can literally make a projector called an eye show wall. It can be a projector in a shoebox with a candle in it, and I guarantee they'll basically buy it up and put it on their page, and you'll have, oh, eye show wall. I guarantee you. Watch, I'll do one of those demonstrations. I'll make a fake freaking projector. I won't even put a price on it. Fake projector. I bet you I get up on Amazon. I bet you I get up on eBay. But anything on eBay, they don't screen jack over there. It's just screen stuff. They need to start screening these paints. Like requiring batch number verifications from the door before you can sell anything. So that way you don't get ripped off and get a house paint instead. Like you just watched somebody do on YouTube where they literally matched the house paint on multiple occasions. Consider the fact that the customers who bought that product before we did that demonstration, how they were lied to and how they were manipulated and got ripped off. People don't think about those guys. The fellow sitting there trying to watch a soccer game. Somebody, he lost money. Well, he didn't lose money. Oh, yeah. On his policy, he definitely would be losing some money, but he can actually override that. Ah, did you press the screen? Now, for those people that sit back and say, well, Mr. Burry, it's just a waste of time. How's it a waste of time for me? I develop and design a lot of stuff. See, the differences between me and others is that others come out and they talk nonsense and don't back it up and end up in court getting sued. That's the difference between the others. On top of that, they got nothing to show for it. They got the same dinky products they've had from day one. We come up and show all new technology, all new environments, everything we do is new. I got a screen I'm building, which is going to be it's going to be a very interesting screen that we're going to be designing for that transparent coating. Because it seems that the transparent coating seems to be striking extremely high in all the environments that we show that thing off at. So now we made some changes what we're going to be doing. But anyway. Good gracious. What was that? Oh, I forgot. Still dog hair. You don't know, I had my sister has 2 big German Shepherds. And we had to take them to the whatchamacallit, German Shepherds. I've never had a German Shepherd before. I've had all pit bulls. I had pit bulls, Rottweilers, German Shepherds. No, I haven't had German Shepherd. I had pit bulls, German Shepherds. Never. I had Rottweilers, German Shepherds, Shih Tzus, Shar-Pei. I had a Shar-Pei one time. I had all different types of dogs, but I've never actually owned a German Shepherd. My God, those things can shed. I never had Huskies before. I never had dogs with a lot of hair. Most of my dogs were short-haired dogs. But you got to be kidding. Y'all deal with that? That's a lot of hair. Oh my goodness, man. The 2 are so excited in the back of the car. They're like 80-pound dogs right now. They're puppies. They're 80 pounds at puppies. And they're huge. And in the back of the car, and I'm holding both of them because they're excited. And I'm back there with them. It's like being in the back of a like a chicken fight. There's feathers everywhere. There was fur everywhere in the back of the car. I was in the middle of all of it. Thank God I didn't wear black that day. Man, I came out of there, man. I had a full afro and freak. I was looking like one of the guys from the Bee Gees when I came out the back of that car because that much fur was all over me. It was in huge clumps. Now, keep in mind, the summertime's coming and the shedding the winter coat. But yeah, I got caught in the middle of all that. I didn't mind. I'm a dog, man. I don't care. But either way, still, I came out of the car. I was like, you look like Bigfoot. I said, yeah, I do like Bigfoot. I had hair everywhere. I still got hair on my clothes. I had to go over there and I had to lint down everything down, get everything off and everything because I can't transfer hair in this place. For hair, I work in here. So clean everything down, everything. She got all the stuff you spray. She got these clothes that when she just wipes her hand, everything comes. I was like, what the frick is it? It's a fabric that she has, and she's around these big dogs all the time. That doesn't click to you, but still, I was like, gee whiz, the ways and shed like crazy. Now he's short hair. He's very short hair. He sheds, but I got air cleaners in here to catch everything. That's why my PlayStation of 11 years was cleaner than most people's systems at the end of the day, because mine had nothing to do in there, really. At 11 years of cleaning thing, my place has stayed clean. Yeah, the hair and stuff, but their areas are clean. They got air cleaners in there. I'm the one that buys them to get the air cleaners, the purifiers in the dogs' room. The dogs got their own rooms. They got purifiers and air cleaners. Collects all that stuff in there. But I was like, sheesh. But yeah, it's hair everywhere. I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't know they shed that much. But they're big dogs anyway. But they're fun. We had some fun. Apollo and Rocky and Apollo. They're fun. As a matter of fact, he gets along with both of them because I bring him down there. He's going down there today to meet up with them. They just later he just lays on top of them, which is funny. Let's see. Let me see. I've used this email so long. Oh yeah. I will get that. So yeah, I take what I do very seriously. So if your stuff is, oh yeah, I forgot, we got glue screen coming down, paint on screens, which you can get over them, but glue screen is a little more easier to get. I do want to test glue screen against that technology, the 15%, which will now soon be the 50%. I want to test glue screen on that. All right, give me a minute. I got to go into my account on here, and I got to dig up stuff to do. I got so much to do, it's not even funny. All right, so we're going to have to do account recovery. We can get access to the account. We do account recovery. But for some reason, I don't know why, on the cell phone version of this, they put in these really crazy security protocols, would redirect you to another, I don't know if you're going through what I'm going through, but it redirects you to another section where they want to ask you a bunch of questions. And one of the questions they want, one of the things they want a thumbprint. We're not doing that. They try to sneak that little thumbprint nonsense in just about everything. I can get access to that file. I got access to the other one, so I know a way to get around it, but it takes a bit of time to do it. But anyway, we'll get back to this later because I got to go print out all my stuff and have it over on this side, including the emails we got from him, basically cursing us out and everything else on the face that somebody received from this guy. Let's get back to the nitty-gritty of it all, so that way we can get this done because I got some stuff I'm building over here. I have to have it finished by today, so that way tomorrow it doesn't crash into what I'm going to be doing for tomorrow. All right, this is all, these are all good up. I got to paint these up and get these done. And let's talk about the missing states. So we're looking for Pennsylvania, Maryland, and PA is missing. We know why Maryland's missing because him and the other guy got into an argument, and that extended with him calling him a scammer or whatever. They're both scammers, to tell you the truth, honestly, if they're calling the kettle black. The pot that calls the kettle black. But anyway, let's go over here and let's see if what I'm saying is real. Because, you know, Mr. Danny is the type of person who thinks he's going to sue somebody. Yeah, I wish you would send something over here with some lawsuit nonsense on it, because I got some stuff. I'm going to drag you in the court from you. You're going to wish you weren't born when we get done with you. Let me see. I want to go over and get this too. Let me see. All right, so we got the shopping cart open right now. We're looking at the state of Pennsylvania. We are hunting for the states of Texas, Maryland, and Pennsylvania that are now missing. We have been missing. I know Texas has been missing because I mentioned it a couple of times that we can't get the product over here. I got family over in Dallas, Texas. I can get it over here. But Mr. Danny, or what do you want to call yourself, Rogers in the day, I got people in all 50 states. So what you're going to cancel all of these? Because it sounds like you're trying to hide something at the end of the day. It literally sounds like you're hiding something. And again, on our behalf, if you sit there and say, well, you know, hey, I never really supported Pennsylvania. Well, here's the thing about that. I posted your cancellations everywhere. PARTAY AV cancellations. They spell it differently. See, your cancellations were posted everywhere. Anything that I put on this phone right here that hits YouTube goes everywhere. So you're in multiple locations showing that we went right to your website, order your product. When this happened, it's happened in 2022, 2022, and 2023. clearly shows that we went in to buy your product and you canceled and put the money back in my account. There's one here showing you walking in your backyard making these false statements, which again, you're going to have to go to court for. I want to see these documents that you claim at the end of the day that we did. But until then, these are your cancellations right here.
You apologize, but man, we got to talk about this one. See, this is what I'm talking about. At the end of the day, these two jokers talk so much trash about me, my works, what I do over here, my personal appearance, my position. At the end of the day, they talk so much trash about what I do over here, but yet they can't even back up their own products. PARTAY just canceled the order. Canceled the order. Like I said before, you can't back his product up. At the end of the day. At the end of the day, this product is what it is. You can't back it up.
These are all his cancellations right there. All of them.
Everything you can possibly think of, and he knows darn well that he didn't probably test this product out correctly, and this product is going to fail miserably down here.
So there are other states that have complained about him canceling the entire state, removing it. We aren't the only one who had an entire state ban. He's banned other states. And the reason why? Because they'll find out about his product. This is the part that gets me at the end of the day. How are you going to sell this? How are you selling this? How do you have a shopping cart, a website where you have shopping carts that are open that are asking for a payment of transaction for your item if you can't sell the item? So what happens if a customer buys it? You can't tell them what gain range is. We know that's definitely not existing. You tell them that your product's different from, it's not a house paint, it's not this, it's not that. It's a house paint. I can get your stuff done here. I got a buddy of mine that's a chemist. He'll run your stuff through a lab. He'll figure out exactly what's in it. He'll tell me exactly if it's house paint. He's not going to tell him exactly. He can tell exactly how it's made. He can definitely do that, but we don't care about that. He can tell that all the elements you have in there are officially over the counter. So again, lie. Making statements that this dumb nonsense. He can back the product. You can't back up Jack. You can't even back up Jill. You can't even back up the freaking hill and nothing that tumbles down it. You can't back it up. Your product is fake. It's the reason why we got states missing now. Because anybody who orders it, he cancels your entire state because he can't ship it over to you. So yeah, these are on the blacklist. See right there? PARTAY. We paid $160 right there. If you ever, Mr. Rogers, think at the back of your mind, anything I say out of my mouth, I don't know if your brain is slipping or not, and you think that I don't know what I'm talking about, walk me into a courtroom and see what happens to you in that courtroom. That's the reason why we've had no attorneys from you. That's the reason why we get these bogus, fake letters that you send to us on those scare taxes. That may work on your neighbors and stuff, but that don't work on us over here. I'll show you a letter. I'll send a letter to your front door, make your hair stand up on the back of your neck. It'll be a lawsuit for like $10 million. And I bet you $100 I can bring in court where I can take it out of you. So, with that being said, stop with the dumb nonsense. I'm still coming after you. That's not going to change our minds. We're coming after your company. I'm coming after you because you have pictures and stuff on your account clearly showing me, calling me a scammer, and it's 10 months ago, which is in the line of statute of limitations, which means I can hit you with a lawsuit on that one for $1 million. I can ask for whatever the freak I want in federal court because you posted my face on social media on your site without my permission. So guess what? Lawsuit is coming. You walked in your backyard and made false statements about my company, about a cancellation on a receipt, and continue to lie and say it's the reason why we backed down because we're scammers. Lawsuit. You went on your channel and you took a label, put black paint in it, claimed it to be our product, and it got McAfee to do some kind of campaign how fake our product was. Lawsuit. Yeah, we got a lot of lawsuits coming your way. You won't have anything left when we get done with you. You're going to be a broke man at the end of the day when we get done with you. So you better borrow some money from one of your rich friends or whatever you got at the end of the day because I'm coming for your stuff and everything you have. Lawsuit, 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 lawsuit. Go talk to an attorney and tell him I can't hit you. Attorney's going to tell you from the door, did you have permission to do that? Did you really have this product? Do you actually have receipts on its merchandise? Can you show proof of everything he's saying? Can you do this? You can't. All right then. See you in court. Lawsuit away. And then when I get done with that, I'm going to have Homeland Security land on your property because you made a statement that your product is not bought from over the counter. So where are you making this stuff from if it's not over the counter? I got a friend of mine who's a certified chemist. He'll ask you a bunch of questions at the end of the day. How are you making this stuff? Everything's over the counter. So how are you making it? You can't be buying raw elements. That's impossible. Your stuff is too cheap for raw elements. It costs too much money. Now you're just lying. So they're going to give him a court order or a cease and desist to take it down off his site. If he doesn't take it down off his site and it continues to stay up there, then they're going to drag him to a courtroom. They're going to clean this clock for him. Or remove the whole website, whatever, doesn't make a difference. But there's your cancellation right there. $160. Did I not say that? Now this is where we basically went in and bought his product to a degree where he got scared and he removed the site. Oh, actually, this is on the website. This is on the blacklist. He removed the site. We got a 404 error code that popped up. Why? Because he can't back his products up. PARTAY science. I got some science for you. It's called a lawsuit. Big one, too. Look, back-to-back loss. Back-to-back returns coming back to our accounts. No $60. We paid $160 for that product. Got that money right back on our account. So your product is a fake. That's what it is. Now he likes to send out letters at the end of the day saying, "Hey, if you mention my name, I'm gonna file a lawsuit." Well, go ahead. I told you. Have your attorney reach out to me. Nothing at all. I'm going to build a book out of this, my friend. I'm going to build a book out of you and Crow's cancellations. I'm building me a book. I have it on display. And I have it duplicated because I want it at multiple locations on display. Money back to the account. And there's a PayPal cancellations right there showing you. Now, this is him right here, walking around in his backyard, making a statement that I canceled out. Mr. Rogers, I'm going to explain to you again what's going to happen to you pretty soon. If you can't back up my receipt, you went on to a live stream, you walked around in your backyard, you mentioned me, you mentioned my company's name, I can sue the daylights out of you just for doing that. And you added that I did something that I didn't even do. You went on furthermore to add to that lie by saying that the reason why we are scammers and ripoff artists is, don't worry, I'll have your product sooner or later. Did you not say that? I have it right there. I'm going to prosecute you on that in court. And that's going to cost you a lot of money along the other lawsuits you're going to be hit with. Judging by your financial status, you do have some money, but not basically to be able to pay me. You don't have that type of money, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to hit you with one of those endless falling trees. No matter how far you run, you are doomed. We don't play around over here at the end of the day. Don't do dumb stuff around me. Got him in his backyard walking around. This is one of the videos going to use against him.
I have to add some. So all that trash in the backyard, I have to cancel one if you can't show $1. You got 4 of them. I'm about to print out a brand new one right now.
I was printing them out.
PayPal. Two of these transactions, one from the PayPal, and the other one is from
your company. Your actual receipt from your company right there showing you gave us a refund. It has the order number next to it, everything. And then we got one from PayPal. It has time stamped and everything. What we ordered, what was transferred back to our account. When I sit there on camera and tell you that his product is trash and he can't back this up, he can't back it up. These are everywhere. They're on different forum sites. Everybody's seen these already. Multiple cancellations. Altogether, roughly about $700 worth of cancellations was transferred back to your account. And he had to pay PayPal back a percentage of this also. These are the ones that were canceled. We have the Goopity Goo. I told you, you've been to the Goopity Goo already. There's the item number right there. That's the Goopity Goo. Money back in our account. We had samples, a $20 sample. So he paid PayPal money on a $20 sample. Because he couldn't even send the samples over. That's how bad it was.
The product. You know, it's a good thing you did cancel. Your product would have got destroyed over here.
It got destroyed. Yeah, I know. Joking. He already know what we do. They know what we do. I'm backing myself as I'm backing myself up. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. Yeah, if your stuff would have got over here, man, your stuff would have got ripped up over here because your stuff doesn't work. I can tell by looking at your videos your stuff is fake. And you know your stuff is fake. If you thought your stuff was the real deal, we would have had it over here sitting on top of this table. That's why you go through all these cancellations of states, because you're afraid anyone's going to find out your secret. Anybody who buys your products is going to find out your secret. If you got to cancel entire states, the everyday Joe's going to find out. You can't persuade all the customers to basically look in your direction like you did the guy in the UK, talking about, well, this is what I want you to say, and this is how I want you to do it, and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, right. Cancellations, left and right. And this is when his product was being showed like this on his website. Called it the Alpha, the Vega. These are names he's copied of other people. There's nothing real about your website. I've even gone on your website and I've actually pulled up your images on Google search and found that you were stealing images from other people. Partay's installment, from humble beginnings, that's not even yours. There's no installment in there. There's no place to even put a screen in there. It's virtually impossible. And you claim that you did an installment on a place you never did an installment. Well, guess what? One of the things people like when they get into a courtroom is liars. Because liars have to tell the truth in a courtroom. Because if you don't, and we catch you, guess what? That's perjury. Because you swore on the oath. Gotta be careful about that kind of... Here it is right there. Refund for $40. $40. That's a sample. $40. He had to put the money back in the account. He couldn't even give it. He couldn't even ship out $40. You know how bad that is?
I'm throwing that trash on his video talking about, oh, we put the money back. Look at this nonsense. You're running his mouth. Talking some dumb nonsense. And with some of the cancellations,
I don't know where Jamie and them dug you up at from. I don't know what thought process that transferred through your head, thinking at the end of the day, oh, this guy's an easy takedown. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. This is the self-entitlement crap that comes up in the day. People who think they have self-entitlement, that think at the end of the day that they can do whatever they want, and they basically run this world. You got the wrong person at the end of the day. You just met your worst nightmare when you bumped into me at the end of the day, because I'm the type of person, you can write whatever the freaking letter you want at the end of the day. You ain't threatening anybody over here. You're just making things worse for yourself. That's what's about to happen. You made some statement about smacking me in the mouth. When you see me in court, you could try it there. We can go outside, in the parking lot, anywhere you want to go, and you can try it. You're a person who talks a lot of trash. I've seen people like you. I've seen people like you all my life. You talk a lot of trash. And then when you're basically faced with somebody, you shut it down. You write them letters out you wrote to us. You wrote those letters thinking you're going to intimidate somebody. You ain't intimidating Jack. You're just pushing me to hit you even harder now. So what happened to that theory? Didn't work out well, did it? Came right to your website, bought your product, flashed every last one of your receipts. Every time we bought one of his products, we actually showed that video to remind you at the end of the day that you need to mind your own business and stay in your lane. You went farther than that. You flashed my picture and called me a scammer. Now you got a lawsuit coming your way, and this is going to be worth millions of dollars now. It's going to take you for everything you got, including another massive lawsuit. It's going to challenge your company in court because you're a liar. Good luck on that one, explaining that range game. Oh, well then. Next time, keep your mouth shut. Mind your business, which you should have done. Crow reminds me of Trump, Donald Trump. And I'll tell you why he reminds me of Donald Trump. Because anybody has anything to do with Trump just plummets. All kinds of bad stuff happened to him. All kinds of bad stuff. You know, it's funny. At one point, before people really started hating the daylights out of Elon Musk, he was on the Big Bang Theory. He's in a lot of places. And people are like, oh, wow, that's a genius guy. Right over there, so-and-so and so. No one hated him. No one couldn't. Now, they can't stand this guy. And then again, he was a complete jerk. Showed off colors. Like, I would have kept the, matter of fact, I wouldn't even have done it, period. I wouldn't even got involved in politics. Anything you get involved in politics, basically just bad mojo from the door. But this individual destroys people's lives as he moves about the universe. It's unbelievable. Mayor Giuliani, $149 million for that voting vending machine nonsense that went down. Yeah, ain't nobody helping in that one. Pello guy is completely broke and bankrupt now. He was worth millions of dollars. He ain't worth jack. Yeah, money, millionaires lose money. And then Eon, at the end of the day, which he can't fix this mess. He figures if he basically gets rid of Doge, drop down, and resumes position, he's going to fix this nightmare. It's not. This nightmare is never, ever going to end. You see the freaking history behind this, what's going on right now? It's never going to end. Ever. They're not going to stop until he's flat broke. The fact that he backed down, which is good for all of us, but the reason why he backed, and when he backed down, shows already that they were able to hurt him. They're going to stop there? No, they're not going to stop. They're going to increase now. Because now we know we can hurt him. Like the whole thing with Predator, you know what I mean? You got this freaking super, I wouldn't say him like that. But anyway, you got the super alien warrior fighting around and he's killing everybody left and right. And then they find his blood and they go, oh shoot, he can bleed. We can hurt him. Yeah, he can bleed. They can hurt him. So you know what that means now? They're going to intensify everything now. And this isn't just in one place. This is globally. This man is hated globally. There is nothing he can do because nobody won't touch him. I think he would have had to be the worst one, I can say, that out of experience of people being around Trump and getting screwed over, he would be the worst one that pretty much got it the worst. His stock's going to continue to drop. He's done. He's finished. And I guess he feels that if I told you the board of directors have a lot of power. So he can carry on all he wants. But those board of directors can vote you out of your own company. They can fine you. They can sue you. If they found that you went on and did reckless stuff that deliberately hurt their company, they can take everything from you. Because you're responsible for them losing money. So they're going to hold you accountable for all that. Yeah, he has to answer for people. He has to answer at the end of the day. And people think at the day it comes down to his employees. He can fire anybody underneath him and get rid of them. But the board of directors is a whole different area right there. Those are the ones that make his money at the end of the day. If they all get together and they have an anonymous vote to vote him out, and they can continue to sue him because they can say, hey, look, he deliberately went out and committed these acts and he tanked the company. We all lost money over this guy. They can sue him for that. And he knows it. And these aren't small lawsuits. They can take everything from him. That's why he's getting out as fast as possible to try to go over there and fix this mess. He was banking on government contracts. That's what he was banking on. I get to a couple of these government contracts, blah, 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 blah. Who cares about board of directors at the end of the day? I'm just saying that in the back of my mind, that's how it feels to me. Who cares about board of directors? I'm going to get these big, huge government companies, but that didn't work out, did it? No, because he went under investigation. And under investigation, they started digging around through all his paperwork and everything and found out, hey, look, you're not getting any of these government contracts. We want to shut all that down. Because we got a bunch of judges sitting up there in the Supreme Court that even Judge President himself, basically, if he writes off an executive order, it gets shut down. You know that, right? Every time he writes off one of those little documents, they challenge it in court, and it gets shut down just like that. So now, I told you, at the end of the day, once you pick up a track record of getting shut down, this will continue on. It's like having somebody write something bad in your medical chart, and it follows you everywhere you go. It's like that kind of nightmare. So anything he writes, it's just like, oh yeah, we've been to this one before. Just cross it up. We're done with him. Cross it up. He's done. Cross it. He can't get nothing's going through for him. He can write all those documents he wants. That's why if people understand that what he was trying to do was he was trying to make sure that the House was controlled by him, but not only that, the Supreme Court. It's the Supreme Court controlled by him. That's why he's picking out his own judges. That means what happens is whatever he writes into law will become into law because there's nothing there to challenge it. You go to the Supreme Court, they're the only ones to be able to challenge this. If he controls the Supreme Court, he controls everything. A lot of people didn't pick up on that. That's why he was picking out his own judges. But it backfired. Because again, these judges saw the craziness he was doing. He went completely bonkers. He started messing with the Constitution. You can't touch the Constitution. That's the very foundation of where we sit on. That violates everything. That violates every oath under this country. So the minute you start tampering with that, you've already displayed a dictatorship at the end of the day. And people are not going to tolerate that bullcrap. This is the reason why, if he knows anything about our history correctly, that's why America became America, because the dictatorship of over in England, because of the stamp tax and everything else was going over there, we got tired of it, and we left to separate them to get our freedom. If he's doing this, there's no point in having 4th of July. Trump doesn't understand history, or unless he ignores it. The very foundation of that document is us, on who we are as a people. That's what he didn't understand. He should understand a long time ago. He was trying to change that. There you go. Now you understand the big picture of what he was trying to do. He was trying to become a dictator, which means if he can control this constitution, if he can be able to manipulate and bend it to where he wanted to go, that means he can stay in power for a very long time without anyone challenging him. There you go. But it didn't work out that way, did it? No, because people woke up and you got people over there who Republicans left to go over to the House. Some came to the House and 7 came over. And then you had even the Supreme Court challenged him. Ticked off a couple of them over there. And now they shut down everything he brings up. So forget all that. That whole birthright thing, yeah, canceled, gone, bye-bye. All that's gone. He basically fired all those federal workers. All of them got reinstated. Bye-bye. Yep. Ain't doing anything at the end of the day. That's what I told you at the end of the day. Stop worrying about all that nonsense. But anyway, let's get back to this craziness. I know you have to explain that literature to Trumpers from time to time. I get a Trumper that comes in and starts talking trash. Got to break it down and explain it to him. Yeah. You, at the end of the day, I don't care. You don't mean jack to him. Let me explain that to you. You walking around with the hats on and all this. Yeah, Trump, Trump, Trump. You don't mean jack to him. Unless you make a couple $1 billion, then you mean something to him. Other than that, you don't mean jack at all, period.
But anyway, yes, so let you guys know that after that last video, I went in, I ordered the fan, and guess what happened? The Chris cancer one. So take it, don't worry, I'll use another location that you can cancel out. But just to let you know, that's how big of a power this person is. He come out, he loves to talk big bad stuff behind the phone. But he's scared.
Now, Danny, I'm scared of you. That's the statement. When you made that statement, what happened? I came to your site. I bought $700 worth of your product. What did you do? You returned every dime back to my account. You even tried to sit on one of the accounts I had filed through PayPal and you lost the claim. Now, that statement you just made, that's going to cost you a lot of money. You better have my receipt when we walk in that courtroom. You better have a lot of things when we walk in that courtroom. Or you see that property you have right there? You won't own it anymore when we get done with you. My lawyers are pit bulls at the end of the day. Mr. Rogers, they're going to clean your clock. You will be homeless. See, I might even throw you behind in jail. Because that's fraud. So, you figure it out. Have an attorney contact me. Told you. I back everything up I say. Everything I say, I back it up. So we're missing states are missing. We can show you right there cancellations. Mr. Rogers walking around and started making false statements about me canceling out. A lot of stuff missing. Got the wrong person, didn't you? There you go. That's why you're off your YouTube channel. You had no active on YouTube channel. The last couple of months, you want ghosts on your channel. You know why? Because you're running. That's why. You're trying to separate this from as far as you can. But, Mr. Rogers, you can't go anywhere. Let me explain something to you. You can disconnect off your YouTube. You can drop everything before us. We got everything documented. We're coming to get you. There's nothing you can do about it. You're going to sit in front of a judge. You're going to explain everything you said, everything you've done. And if you can't back it up, I'm suing you. All right? Okay. Now, your states are missing. Why are you missing states and shopping carts? Now, mind, this site's still active. It's still trying to take money out of people. So, right now, if we go over here to states, click on here. We're looking for Texas. Let me blow this up real quick. We're looking for Texas. Texas will be where my people lay at. We're gonna buy his product. If you notice, Texas is missing. There's Tennessee. There's no Texas. And judging by the size of the shift bar, how large it is, There's a lot of states missing out of here because this shift bar should be somewhere about right there. You're missing a lot of states. Let's see how many he's missing out of here. Should be about 50 in here. All right, let's look for Maryland. That's the next one we're looking for. Let's hunt for that one. Now, Maryland went missing because he had an argument with Derek Williams. He had an argument with him. And he openly called Derek Williams a scammer, which, again, I wouldn't basically give him any credit on that because, yeah, Derek Williams is a scammer. But anyway, he scammed people on multiple levels. That being a fake preacher and that basically making fake products, which you can't sell because of the building he's in doesn't allow you to make money through the building. But you're advertising, and that can get you an eviction also, too. Let me see. There we go. Here we're hitting the M's. And as you see, MD is missing. And I'm pretty sure he probably cast out a threat and said, hey, look, I'll buy your product and I'll bring it down here. Or even worse, you don't like me at the end of the day, but chances are he'll probably try to send it to us. And if anyone is sending this product to us, this scares them. Yeah, for a person who talked a whole lot of trash. Now, people say that's no, it's not an MD, it's MO right there. I don't got somebody come, but there's right there. It's not right there. It's not, that's MO. It's not there. It's not there. He removed it. You can't have that there. Because if he's there, he's going to buy that product. And then there's going to be a lot of problems. You can't send it to Crow because him and Crow are best friends. So that's the thing about Williams. Williams is such an idiot. He's not a very intelligent person. He's not. And I'll tell you why. Because at the end of the day, Crow would throw Williams under a bus. McAfee will throw Williams under a bus. McAfee doesn't speak about Williams at all. And in none of his videos, he never speaks about him. He don't like him. And Jamie just uses him because he figures that he's a guy that can contact me and intimidate me and cause me trouble. Jamie will support anyone who causes me trouble at the end of the day. He doesn't care. But Mr. Fernando doesn't understand that Mr. Fernando has a lot of trouble coming his way. He's going to squeal like a canary. He's going to snitch on all of them because that's the kind of person he is. When the processor, I told you, came to the door, he wouldn't come to the door. His wife came to the door. Hey, I'm going to tell you something right now. Don't have your wife come to the door when that process server gets there because he can serve her. I'll give you a heads up. Don't go to work. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave that place because you do, they won't get you. I hired an interesting company. They're going to get him if he walks out that door. Guy said if he could, he'd walk right there and give it to him. But don't go anywhere. Don't go to no hotels, restaurants, or go vacation. Nothing. Stay put. Because they're going to be out there waiting for you. Got 2 lawsuits. You're going to be $60,000 plus an additional $175,000 for defamation. You showed my face multiple times, did you not? All right then. Moving on. So Rogers, as you see, they had words because he basically outed him saying he's a scammer. Richard Rogers is a scammer also too. That's why Maryland is missing. Because I guarantee you probably made a statement like, okay, whatever. That Ken guy got a problem with you. I'll send it to him. Mind you, at that time, we arguing with Superman. No, it wasn't him. He was using, oh, by the way, so that name you used called Mississippi Man, do you have any idea what that guy is? What he does? He's a very, very, me and him had words back and forth, but nothing on that level like these guys did. You use his tag without his permission. We've been sending him stuff. Of you using his name. Let me explain something to you. This guy's a very, very intelligent dude. Very intelligent dude. Let's say a wizard on machines at the end of the day. You invited something you don't want. I'm going to leave it at that. That's your problem now. Not mine. You're about to be ghost. You're about to be ghost. Wrong person. But anyways, move on. Anyway, because we sent them over some information. I know where he's at on ABS forms. I know where his squad is at. I sent them over some stuff. So yeah, someone's over here using your identity without your permission. We sent them your information, so you deal with that mess. Mind you, you can't get mad today. So we're sick of people. No, you got a habit of using other people's identity to hide yours. That's how much of a coward you are. If you were a real man at the end of the day, put your real information down there. Don't hide behind fake accounts and all that dumb nonsense. Because you know we're going to track you down and figure out who you are. And once we do, we got proof that you use other people's identities to commit crimes. So now you got even charges against you. Well, that's going to work out, isn't it? Anyway, so that's the reason why He couldn't have that come down here because, again, he could send it to us anonymously. It could come to us. Or it could basically, he could do the demonstration himself. But if you notice, Maryland is missing. It's not there. So he removed that state out of there. Any state that has any way of threatening or exposing his product, he removes the entire state. Let's see if we can find Pennsylvania. Because mine, you've heard me sit there and saying, I don't do that kind of stuff. Yes, you do. We have it documented the day it happened. We went in to buy your product. You said you're on vacation, right? You're coming back January the 6th, I think around that time he said he was coming back. Put these happy faces, emojis all over his page. All that's documented, recorded. You locked all your shopping carts. The minute you came back, we gave you a great state of get relaxed and get settled in. And what did I do? I placed the order. When I placed the order, 2 different attempts showed that you removed the state of Pennsylvania. It's right there, logged in, timestamp. The whole entire conversation we'd had is right there. So that means you go around removing states. That's what you do. Oh, fake. I can't wait to post this. This is going to the blacklist, by the way. Right there. Removing of states. Exposed. He's afraid of getting exposed. Let's look for that Pennsylvania again. Let's hunt for it. See if we find PA in there. So you're missing 3 states, probably a couple more than that. I count these down. See how many we got missing in here. There's Ohio. That's where McAfee's sitting at. California's over top over there. But there's no PA. And this is in every shopping cart. He removed the state out of every single shopping cart to make sure that nobody from Maryland can pick it up, no one from Texas can pick it up, and no one from Pennsylvania. That does not sound like a person who has a lot of confidence in their product. So you know what you just introduced yourself, Mr. Rogers? Trolls. Trolls see this as an opportunity to mess with you now. They're going to contact you every single day. They're going to flood you with emails. They're going to go into your site and they're going to request that item, and knowing the one name you're afraid of is us, they're going to use my name. They're going to sit there and say, hey, I'm buying for Kenneth. What are you going to do? Cancel every state? I can get you to drop every state. I can go and contact. I got people in all 50 states. I can contact them and say, hey, buy that product. Let them know it's going to me. Let them know if you can't get it, you'll send a friend to come in and get it. You have to shut the state down. I've never seen that in my life. And I've seen all types of scammers and rip-off artists all over YouTube, but I've never seen a person remove entire states because he's afraid because his product doesn't work. I even heard the fellow who basically was doing the review had a hard time getting this product. So I guess he only sells it to people that are willing to lie for his product. Like McAfee, Crow, and that other fellow over in England. There's 40. There's 40 states. There's a bunch of states missing. It's more than what I thought it was. You can count it for yourself. As a challenge, go on and count the states in there. There's 40 missing. It's 40. He's missing 10 states. You've been busy, haven't you? So that's why we're getting those emails back. Guy was like, yo, my state's out. My state's blocked. He took my state out. He's been taking people's states out left and right. There's only 40 in here. We had 50 states, you know that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Now you see where it says Kentucky? We put Kentucky all the way to the top because we already counted Kentucky. So we bring all that all the way to the top. Kentucky was already counted. It's in blue. It's the last one we hit. So we hit underneath of it. All right, that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right. Now, let's bring this up. The last one we hit is blue. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Make sure I'm right on this. 32. Bring it all the way up. 32. Last one's the blue we hit. 32. 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So we'll make sure I'm right on this. Yeah, 36. We don't have 36 states. We have 50 states. Let's do this one more time. I want to make sure I'm right on this 100%. Let's start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 is Kentucky. It's 13. Let's bring it all the way up. The last one we hit is blue. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25. Last one we hit is blue, which is be 25. 25. This would be 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Make sure we're right on this. I can always count twice on this. 37, 38, 39. Nope, we're out. We definitely counted this wrong. There's no 51 states. Let's do it again. I like to make sure I'm throwing it. I know it's crazy, but I like to be sure on this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13. 13, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 25, 25, 26, 20, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. So it's 41. So there's 9 states missing. There's 9 states missing. We already know Pennsylvania's not there. We definitely know Maryland's not there. And we definitely know that Texas is not there. They're missing. So there's 9 states. That explains a lot, because I had people contacting me telling me they reached out to him and they tried to get the product for us and their state went missing. 9 states. You can't say 9 states. That's why I went back and counted it again a couple of times and make sure we got it right, because I like to be right when I post something. I want to be 100% right. Should we put a count the state challenge? Count the state challenge. Go in and count the states and see if your state is there. See if your state's missing, because your state's probably missing. Because I had other people from other states contact him, and they told me they had their states blocked. And I'm like, he's blocking states now? Well, yeah, he's blocking states. Your state's missing. Yeah, 50 states. That tells you right there. Yep. Don't buy from this website at all, period. I'm getting your website reported, Mr. Rogers. Again, your site's already been reported a couple of times. We need to report it as a do not buy. Put it on a do not buy list. There are states missing. There's false information on the site. There's claims you can't back up on the product. Products turning gray on people, because we had problems with 2 other people trying to do reviews on that, which we know actually were working with him. The product came up gray multiple times, and we can show all video demonstrations and everything we need to back up claims that your product doesn't work, including mass cancellations showing you couldn't back up any of the previous products that you made, which is enough evidence for us to be able to get your site marked. Showing faulty business practices. Now keep in mind, on your behalf, they will contact you. If you think at the end of the day, they'll email you, but what they can do is your website, this whole thing that you have here is set up on a server. On a server, basically has your credit card information, it has your address, everything attached to it. They're going to be able to go in there and get all your information, find out your account, and they'll contact you through there. They can get a subpoena to get any records or anything off your site to reach out to you. So they'll be in contact with him to let him know. And we're going to give him the opportunity to back up what we said. They always did. That's fair due process. Fair due process gives them the ability to back up what we said. That's what courts are for. We'll go to court, we'll say something, you say something. Either side's going to have to prove which one's right. Now, the range gain nonsense, we know it's fake. With that being fake, that's a lawsuit. And because these shopping carts are open for any individual to fall into this nightmare and get ripped off on a product that you can't produce the color and you can't basically back up the range gain, put you under the lines of consumer fraud and a scammer. And that's what we called you, a scammer. You can't back any yourself up. You're missing states off your shopping carts. You're hiding. You're massive cancellations on our end. We can show the courts where you pull down your marketplaces, all kinds of stuff. You can't back your site up. And this is going to involve in consumer fraud. How much jail time can you receive for consumer fraud? So you understand it's a federal. You can get 10 years for this. 10 years if he doesn't get this right. And we're actually challenging his company this summer. Yeah, this summer. We're putting a challenge against this company. I'm taking it to court. So, if you can't back that up about that range gain nonsense, you're in a lot of trouble. And if you remove your website, this is going to be even worse for you. It's going to show at the end of the day that we were right 100%, that you basically are hiding your information because you dropped your site. Jamie dropped the site. You think that's going to save him? No, that's going to make things worse for him because we can show that the scamming he was doing on his site that he dropped the site. Even the video we made, moving on to bigger and better things, his excuse, and then went out after made it in the video, we can show on the site that he went out and he basically slandered my company again, and then went out and committed defamation, posting my face, and that's what cost him $175,000. You made things worse for yourself, gentlemen. So you remove that site, Mr. Rogers, it will show clearly that you're trying to hide evidence, and we'll use it against you in court. But you got 10 years you're looking at right now. You better be to back that stuff up in court when we reach that courtroom. Range gain, back it up. Show some videos or something of it. Mind you, we requested you to remove your site since a year ago. A year ago, we requested him to remove it. I got it time-stamped. Telling you to remove it because that stuff doesn't exist. Showing that you were trying to collect money from people on a product that you claim to be something that is not. Good luck on that one. Let's see. Convicted can be resolved up to a year in local jail. But since we can show the courts that you have been doing this for past a year or so, you have open shopping carts in your account on a product that you can't back up, and this has been going on for a couple of years, you're looking at getting that whole full 10 years. This is why you can't lie on your website. And they're going to request for tests because we're going to ask them, we want to see tests. Test demonstrations dating back to your products before you first sold them. Those tests have to be marketed, have to be stamped before you sold the product, showing your products were tested. That's like you having a car that's designed to basically have a crumple zone that keeps the people from being murdered in the inside. You can't basically show tests afterwards. That doesn't make any sense. So you mean to tell me you sold this thing to the public after you did the test? Yeah, it's going to get you in a lot of trouble. You have to show testing that was done on that car before the product was sold to the customer. So if you can't show those, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And you don't have them. We know, we looked. I did all the research. Let me see if we get one more thing over here too. They kill me with the made in America. It's not made in America. It's assembled in America. It's not made in America. The only way it's made in America is the items themselves were assembled and made in America. If they were outsourced to another country and they were made over there, then that means they're assembled and made over there. You have it, people understand that when people that made in America, that means everything that made that product would have to be made in America in order for it to be made in America. It's not getting your stuff outsourced in a third world country and getting it made over there and then bring it over here and stamp it with made in America. No, because it's still the items you have are all made in different countries. Stop doing that dumb nonsense. That is so fake. You don't understand the terms of that one. And if you notice the video we made yesterday, right? So the video we made yesterday, did we get a reaction off it from him? No. He disappeared. I told you he disappeared. He disappeared because he knows he can't back the products up. He's in a lot of trouble. There's a good chance he's going to be sued. Yeah, he's afraid. Usually to come back with something. Nothing at all, period. I need this right here for lawsuits. We got multiple lawsuits coming this way. Mr. Rogers, when you post my face and you put liar next to it, next to my company, this is defamation. This means I can sue you for this. So you're looking at maybe about, close to about, maybe $250,000 per each time you showed my face. But we got the lawsuits coming your way. Here we go. And I got the people that have been on your site. They've documented all kinds of stuff on your site. But his site has no activity at all. Buddy, you are not going to do well in the prison system at all. You're not, yeah, I'm going to leave it at that. You're not going to do well in the prison system. He's an old guy. He's a very old guy. Very, very old guy. You know, you better have what you have at the end of the day for us. So you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Keep in mind, I'm asking for maximum sentencing. And maximum sentence for us, we want 50 years. You got a lot of stuff going on here. You get 10 years alone if you can't back this stuff up in court. You don't have 10 years. Nothing here. There's not one video here mentioning range gain. Not one video at all, period. That's the argument he had with the minister, what guy called the fake minister. Yeah, they had gotten into an argument right there. Called him a scammer. That's why his state's missing. And also, now you came here and you removed the video too. There's a video missing out of here. So there's a video where you call me a scammer and has my face across it. That video is missing. But keep in mind, we did a recording on this, and we have it right there on the recording. We can just screenshot it off of there. That's all we need to do. It's off your site. So that's it. We're good. We're good on that. But yeah, he removed it. I can see it's gone. It's not here. Because there was another one, my face sitting there right there, and it said something at the bottom, so he changed it. Yeah, because I can tell when you guys start changing stuff around and doing that, that means at the end of the day you're scared. Your biggest concern right now is the range gain. That's your biggest concern. That's what's going to carry a 10-year prison sentence. And let me see. Last video, a video he did with our face on it was marked at 10. It was marked at 10 months ago. That video is missing out of here. He removed it. Yep, there's a video missing. Man, you're a scared little guy, aren't you? Don't worry, we got it already. We took pictures of everything. It's missing. It's supposed to be in his 10 months. You're a scared little dude. I'm looking for right now. Oh, you got another one here. I'm taking this one too. I'll send this over to the lawyer. And this is going to cost you a lot of money. You put my face up here, Mr. Rogers, and you're calling me a scammer, a liar, rig cameras. This is the stuff you're advertising on your channel. So I'm going to sue you for this. Now, if you think I can't, this is what you're going to do. You know where I'm located at, right? You get an attorney to reach out to me. Make sure you put your address on it too. And you get an attorney to reach out to me and tell me I can't sue you on this. Right. Making a short video documents for the court showing that a fellow by the name of Danny Rogers, PARTAY Screen Paints, has been using my face and committing defamation, calling me a scammer, lies, rig cameras. As you can see on the site, there is multiple images of me making false statements that we are ripping and scamming customers. This will be involving a lawsuit for defamation against my company. So you can see right there. All right, Rogers. I'll see you in court real soon. You got no plea deals. We're not doing plea deals. And again, as I said before, let me see. How much jail time do you get for defamation? How much jail time can you receive for defamation? Let me see. Oh, I forgot. It's defamation and slander. Jail time for defamation and slander against a company. $4 years in prison. So you can get 4 years in prison. They'll get you on. They'll get them on slander. So slander's going to give them 4 years in prison. So roughly, you're talking about you can't back up the range gain nonsense. Any statements we make against your company, consumer fraud. That's going to be 10 years. And you're talking about another 4 years. And on top of that, we're suing you on top of that. So good luck this summer, because you're definitely going to need it. Because that's what we're coming for you this summer. Yeah, good gracious. People do the dumbest things I've ever seen in my entire life. And just so people know, at the end of the day, we sit there saying, oh, but you can't do that. Go ahead and try it. Post someone's face without their permission and put down like scam or whatever and put it on YouTube and see what happens. See how fast you get sued. See how fast a lawyer reaches out to you. Now it's up to that person at the end of the day. They could send you a cease and desist order and shut you down, or they can just drag you in court and sue you. So what are you going to say in front of a judge? If the judge sits there and says, hey, did you have any permission to put this guy's face up there and put it all over YouTube? Do you have any proof that he's doing this at all? You don't. You're screwed on so many levels. They could take whatever they want out of you. Even if you say, hey, well, you can't take the house because it's owned from the bank, they'll turn around and sue you for so much money you can't even afford to pay your mortgage price on your house. Your house will go for foreclosure. So see how fast it happens. Go ahead. Test it out. See how it works. I've taken people to court and I've sued them for defamation. I've done this already. I know how fast and easy it is. It's an easy process, especially when there's a ton of evidence sitting there because there's nothing for them to argue against. Some lawyers won't even take the case. You know why? There's no point. They won't win it. There's too much substantial evidence. And that's the problem with Rogers. Rogers thinks at the end of the day that he has privilege. People think they have privilege at the end of the day, think they can do whatever they want and there's no consequences. There is consequences in life, and he's about to find out. He's an old guy at the end of the day. He's a very old guy. 10 years in the prison system is going to change his life for a long, even a year in there will do it. Some people change in the first couple of minutes they're in there, they change. It's a whole different wild experience, especially if you're if you don't have much and you're going in you know, it isn't like you're missing much. But if you have a lot and you're going in, yeah, it's a bad situation to be in. Then they find out he got money at the end of the day, they're going to cook his books. They're going to go and try to figure out exactly what they can get out of him. You got something you can pay to us at the end of the day. I told you, it's not the kind of place you want to be in. And he's going to that place. And he thinks at the back of the mind he's not. Contact me, Mr. Rogers. You know where I'm at. Send me a letter from your attorney telling me that I can't take you to court and I can't sue you on what I just said. If you think you can post my face without my permission and spread false lies about me on your YouTube channel, tell me I can't sue you. Tell me that I can't file a lawsuit against you for what you just did. And we got what? 4 or 5 of them on there? I could sue you for millions of dollars for that. And tell me I can't challenge your company in court on that whole gain range nonsense. You got to open shopping carts in there that's active, that can take money from people, and you can't back up something on it you made a statement on. Right now, his website, I'm going to tell you right now, is an easy $12,000. You can make $12,000 off of him. Easy. Anyone can make 12 grand off of him. All you have to do is buy that product. You buy that product and you contact him on that gain range nonsense and he can't back that up, you can take a small claims court and get it for like 12 grand. You don't have to even hire a lawyer. Some people don't even bother with it because they say, well, I got to hire a lawyer. No, you don't. Go to small claims court. There's no lawyer involved. The highest you get is between 10 to 12 grand. So you pay $60, you get $12,000 back. Or $10,000, depending on what state you're in. Because you can't back the claim up. And if you can't back the claim up, you got an easy lawsuit. That's an easy $10,000 right there, or 12, if you can make off of it. That's probably the reason why he's been banned in those states. Because people are going to make that money off of him. There's no way he can back that up. So, in one extra 10 grand, you know where to go. Because you can get it right off of him. He can't back it up. There's no way for him to back it up. And you can go to my blacklist and say, look, this is a guy called Mr. Bird that contacted him. Ask him. He never replied back. He never replied back to you either. Now, we can't sue him on that level because we already know it's crap paint. We already know from the door. So we know this. But we can sue him for a number of other things, which you can see they posting in my face and slander him. You can get him on that easily. And since it's online, it's considered to be a cybercrime. The cybercrimes can carry 20 years of prison sentences, Mr. Rogers, so you know that. So now you're looking at an additional maybe 34 years in jail. And you don't have that kind of time looking at your age. So I am going to file on Monday morning a cybercrime against you. Number 1, for defamation and slander, using my face without my permission, making false accusations against me and my company. I'm also, 2, going to be challenging your court about the gain range nonsense, which we can show back from 2023. You've been continuing these lies of ripping off consumers. And as I said before, as any consumer out there, you buy that product and you contact them and say, hey, look, can you tell me about the gain range? And he doesn't respond back to you, take a small claims court. It's going to cost you $100, depending on your state, where to file. That's it. So it costs $100 or so more. And you go to the magistrate, he'll have to go in there, he'll have to show up. If he didn't show up, guess what? Easy 10 grand in your pocket. You can't back it up. There's no way for him to back it up. So that's an easy $10,000 you can make off of him. And he can sit there and say to me at the end of the day, well, that's just basically, and how's it defamation? It's true. How's it slander? It's true. If what I'm saying is wrong, show us how to do this or remove it off your website. Did I tell you in 2023 or 2024 to remove it off your website if it's not real? You kept it up there, right? All right, there you go. Anybody can make money off of it. You can't back it up in court. Now, for me, on the other hand, you're not me. I can back all my stuff up because all my stuff is tested. Walk me into a courtroom and see what happens to you. Now, only will I back myself up in there and have a ball. And if you see the crazy demonstrations that I do at the end of the day, even big companies don't come near me at the end of the day when it comes to this stuff. I can test their stuff. They won't touch me with a 10-foot pole. They know what we do. So, yeah, I'll walk up in there. I got no problem with that. Shoot, I can get a couple orders when I'm in there. Get myself a nice little, like, government contract. Maybe they might want to have our screens in their courtroom. Yeah, and then I'll basically turn around at you with a counter lawsuit for $1.5 million for basically wasting my time. I'll embarrass the daylights out of you in that courtroom. And if my judge would ask me today, like, well, Mr. Bird, how do you have, we have testing. All our products are testing, for all products are shipped out to the consumer, and we have batch number verification. And if they ask me, which I hope they do, I'm going to say, well, batch number verification is when we test the product thoroughly before the product is actually shipped out to the customer. The date that sits on the container actually matches the YouTube video timestamp on the product working perfectly fine. Good luck getting around those things, and they're nightmares. What else, Mr. Bird? I have something called ship back policy, where basically if the customer is still unsatisfied, even with the high test results we have against the product, we can have them ship the item back, where we'll test it on YouTube live stream for all to see. You are so screwed on so many levels, it's not even funny. See, I can back myself up. And I'll have you paint my screen in that courtroom, whether you like it or not. I don't care how much you shake on that roller. You're going to paint my screen in. So, you'll lose your shirt in that environment. Now, I'll win that one easily. And then there's going to be a counter lawsuit because, again, you wasted my time. So this is when you receive a letter from me or my lawyer sitting there saying that you're being sued for $500,000 to $1 million. Since I've already won the first one, don't show up because you're not going to win it. Because you go through the same process all over again. So how come no one signed those contracts you put out? Well, I don't have $500,000. Somebody put up there and said, well, he put his contracts out. He doesn't have $500,000. All to more to show you how well we can back our technology and why you should fear what we do. Because we can do that. Any of them doing this? Did Danny put out a contract saying at the end of the day that he could back up his product and he's going to challenge anyone in court for $500,000? Did he do that? No. Jamie do that about against his house paint, saying that he could back his product at 100%, showing a massive difference between night and day, pulls up better contrast, all the stuff he said. Can he back it up with a $500,000 contract? No. They can't do it. Ta-da! Only we can do that. Because I look forward to someone sending me one of those letters. I'd have crushed you in that courtroom. We don't do the approach the bench nonsense. You can forget that. The minute you see us crushing you like that, don't even approach the bench. It ain't happening. We're not doing that. We ain't doing no plea deals. I don't care. You brought me in there, wasted my time. You're going to pay for that time. So there you go. We can do that. Judge, like, you put up a what? I put out a contract out saying anyone that challenges in court is sign it and we'll back it up in court. Now, even the judge knows we could back our product up anytime. You put up $500,000 that you don't have, money you don't have, and you can back your products up on that level. Yeah, my policy is so good that PayPal, when we go over there and we show them our shipping policy, the batch number verifications, products being tested, the ship back policy, they love it. They're thinking about incorporating batch numbers into for their items to back your product that you forgot to show batch number verification. Thank you. And when we put out the batch numbers, the naysayers got upset. They got bitter. They got mad. They got upset. They try to discredit the batch number. Well, I can continue to rip you off. Well. I told you I'm going to get you guys one by one. Didn't I say that? Jamie's already being processed for everything we need. We got them all taken care of nice and neatly. Just a matter of time for who shows up first to his front door. We've got Mr. Williams is already being taken care of. Monday morning, I didn't get a chance to do it Friday, but Monday morning we'll reach out back out to his the building. I'm pretty sure they contacted him already, let him know what's going on. Because I seen the change on his account. As you notice in his account, a lot of the videos are missing. Also, too, you'll notice that the Facebook page went missing. Also, too, you'll notice that he's very upset, angry, so he decides to send some very big, bold letters. Just tell me to put all this information. Figure that if I'm going to go out, I'm going to basically just going to expose. You're not doing anything. Just giving me more evidence. Those letters you sent me are going right back to them. I send it back to the legal department, and I'm sending it back to the people at the head desk and leasing. They're all going to get those letters. And we have enough letters over here to do whatever we need to do to get you prosecuted. Because some of those letters, we're going to be getting ready for, we got the docket number I got to go pick up on Monday. That's the number I need for the police report. And I'm taking that over to Baltimore Police on Monday. I'm calling them and letting them know the problem we're having in the building that you're in right now. And we did contact, and we have been in touch working with the people in the building. And they've contacted and let us know that they have gotten an attorney to begin the process for your eviction. So they're going to have to follow through either way. And they're going to pay you a visit. And that's when I talked to the guy over there. I said, hey, look, we're going to get a police report. We'll send all that information to you on where we're going with this. And he said, when the police get there, we'll just let them know. So Mr. Williams, when the police get there, the people in the building that we contacted from the problems we've been having with you are going to let the officers know that, yes, they know about your activity and they're in the process of having you removed out of the building, which will basically add more concrete to the statement that we put in, and we want you arrested that day. And you will be arrested. So when you contacted that woman and she said to you, cut it out, when you contacted her, you said, someone said I was doing stuff. I'm not doing it. Usually people say stuff when they are doing stuff like that. What did she say to you? She said, cut it out or you're going to jail. Now you're going to jail. Now, me personally, for attacking my friends and family, whatever, I want 50 years from out of you. And I'm definitely suing you. You don't have the money to pay me, so I want to take time from you. That's definitely what I'm going to take. You've called my company scammers. You made false statements about me at the end of the day. You're going to be hit with all that. Those are different defamation, slander charges you did against my company. You committed all these crimes inside of that building. We can literally slam that building with a lawsuit. But we're choosing not to go down that road. We want you out of the building. And I want you arrested. So Monday morning, we'll get that taken care of and get that done. Get that finalized. So you're done. Moving on to the next person. Oh, by the way, that whole preacher thing, yeah, we got some people involved in that too. Because he's been under investigation for impersonating a priest and a minister and taking money from people. So he's on investigation for that too. Mr. McAfee. Because of your situation, you got kids. You are going to do some time in jail. I can give you that much. That's definitely going to happen. Because either they're going to do it or we're going to do it. I'm happy with a year. But I guarantee it, they're definitely going to do it. Because you use somebody else's bar, the name of their business, without their permission. And you used it to commit a crime. I was able to contact the bar, reach out to them, I know who they are. So he did use their bar, posing to be his address. That's identity theft. You can't do that. You've also committed identity theft on my the blacklist because you went out and did a fake unboxing, which now the post office will probably be involved in that too, because again, he used the United States Postal Service to commit a crime. I mean, the fact that he went in and basically, here's the thing. He went in and took a United States Postal Service box. He printed our name and address on this box. He went in and did a fake unboxing, claimed that he got it shipped from the United States Postal Service, which means you involved him in a crime. And that means, at the end of the day, that's identity theft. That's got himself in some real serious trouble. Made fake receipts. The email didn't even pop up on Hotmail. It doesn't exist. We don't even use that email. And went and proceeded to go on YouTube to do false demonstrations about our company, saying that our product came out to be nothing more than black paint. I can get you 30 years for that, easily. And serious, serious lawsuits. Thousands and hundreds of thousands we can take out of you. But I can get you 30 years on that easily. And I got your face on the thumbnail, but your face right next to those receipts. I even have a recording of you removing the videos, showing you hiding the evidence. Easy 30 years in jail. You've mentioned on a YouTube channel with you and Rogers working together, making statements that was my product in that container. They're going to request for receipts for that container that you claimed that was our product and get you another 30 years. That's considered to be fraud again. You did mention my name in the video, right? You did claim that. It was my product. You linked it to me, right? I give you 30 years for that. So, quite frankly, when we get done with you, you'll never see your kids ever again. They'll grow up without you. Now, on my end, I prefer not to have it that way. But the problem we have here, and this is the problem we're going to have, there are other individuals. You didn't act alone on this. And this is where the problem gets hairy. Because you acted with other people. These other people may decide to throw you under the bus. And then on top of that, if a conspiracy charge pops up because you guys were all in together to try to take out my company, this is going to give you some time. A lot of time away from your kids. Now, we're not interested in your house at all, period. But these other companies, other people that you did today, they may just shoot a dead and take your house. Consider the fact that there's fines and fees and penalties for committing these crimes from the courts. They're going to slam you, and that could take your house. There are a number of things that could come up. How much jail time can you get for identity theft? 7 years. You'll have to do 7 years. Now, mind you, the bar, you use their address without their permission. That's identity theft. You can't do that. That's the 7 years, right? And then for the value, let's see, let me see. Convicted result. Oh, it gets worse than that. So 7 years, stealing for 2,000. Let me see. I'm done for identity theft. Let me see. That's if you stole money, use their ID. And in some of the conviction, if you're using their information to commit crimes, it can go up to 15 years in jail. So he's going to spend some time. It's bad. You use my face on these cards, right? I can get you for that also too. So that's additional more time, because now I got you for defamation, and I got you for basically, let's see, defamation and slander, right? And then, Mr. McAfee, you put your name on the card, right? Because the first ones came up on a Solid Wake 5, the first one. But since we found out what your identity was, because you came to my site to carry on and act up some more, and you left your Facebook open, and we figured out who you were. So now you write your name on it, because we know you are. But in your Facebook page tells us exactly where you're pinpointed at. And you're pinpointed in Flushington, Ohio. Flushington, Ohio has a population of 800 and growing, which means my investigator can track you down in a day. It's only 800 people. Not to be rude or anything, but a baseball stadium has more than 800 people. You're in a small town. So it's not going to be hard to find you. Someone down there knows you. And get that information ain't going to be hard to do. I can go online and get that information through right now through your state and figure out where you're at. So it's not hard to find you. So with that being said, you messed up pretty bad. See right here? Daniel McAfee. The address you see right here, that's a bar he used without the bar is located in his state. So you use somebody's bar. Do you go to this bar? I wonder. But I know you use this bar because you just randomly just grab someone's bar and just use it without their permission. Can you imagine that? You got your business out there and you're working hard, and somebody took the address of your business and they're using it to commit a crime with the United States Postal Service. How are you going to handle that? When we go to court, take this guy to court, your address is going to pop up. It's going to be on court record, so your address is up there. That's not the way you want to advertise, right? I'm pretty sure you don't. So you're going to pretty much, what you're going to do, you get an attorney, you're going to figure out who this guy is, contact him, and let them know you're going to sue him. Because he didn't get your permission to use your address without your permission. That's what you're facing, Mr. Rogers. Oh, sorry, not Rogers. Danny McAfee. Now, I'm not going to show you a duplicated account because I have a duplicated account on my PC and on my flash drive. My buddy has a duplicate of your account. Also, to it, Mr. Rogers, not Mr. Rogers, Williams, we had your fingerprints because you sent over letters. Now, this right here, it's got prints all over it. You can't figure out who's who. But Mr. Williams is interesting because Williams were actually shipped to us in an envelope that's sealed, and my buddy was able to cut open one of the envelopes. He lifted his prints. We had your prints, and he ran background checks all over you. And we found out a whole lot of stuff about Mr. Williams. A lot of stuff about Mr. Williams. Let me see. See, he even mentioned something about my cat here. Only keeping the taco in the poop bucket. See that? See how nasty you were to me, Mr. McAfee? And I can take your future, everything away from you, just like that. And what do you think about that? I could file Monday morning and begin the process. Contact these people and tell them exactly what we're about to do. So, how much should I sue you for? Should I take your house from you? Should I throw you in jail so you can be in there for a very long time? The chances you may ever see your kids again would be never. Mind you, you don't want them going through that place at the end of the day for visits. You don't want to be in that environment. You don't want to expose them to that type of environment. So, you could very well lose your wife, your marriage. Your wife finds out that you were on YouTube carrying on and acting up like that. She is going to be very upset with you. The fact that you basically caused them to lose their home, that you guys got sued over this. I'm suing you. I'm definitely sued over this. So she may decide to just leave you. Find somebody else who's a little bit more mature and know how to take care of the kids better. Can't get mad at me about that. It's right there. I got 8 of those in my drawer right now. So, Wednesday, we begin process on you. I already got Matt, Danny's going to be taken care of already. I'm going to be challenging him in court pretty soon. And Mr. McAfee, you are next. Mind you, gentlemen, we have you in something called Crowcast. We're also filing conspiracy charges showing that all you guys knew each other from the door. Even the argument that you had, Mr. Rogers, with the other fellow, Derek, shows that you guys all know each other. Well, he's the one that's got the most to lose. He's the youngest one out of the group. He was born in 1989. In 1989? 1989, yeah. Because we have him when he pops up. We had his Facebook page. It popped, he deleted it really quick. But, not deleted it, but it's still there, but he basically blocked it out. But too late for that now. We got copies of your entire page of everything. Everything. Next time you want to go over and you want to slander my hard work on my Facebook page and carry on and act up, well, leave your Facebook page open. We wouldn't have access in there, would we? See? Doing something dirty and got exposed. Call yourself being nasty on this. Now, how would anyone else handle this? How would anyone else handle this if you had the opportunity to sue one of your trolls that were carrying on and active? How would you handle this? I'm going to tell you something, Mr. McAfee. Anybody else would be ready to clean your clock. They couldn't care less if you had kids or not. They don't care. They don't care if they're homeless. They don't care. Because you took the time to come on their channel and carry on and act out. Why should they show you the same remorse back? Why should they even give you any remorse? I guarantee you 2 things are going to happen in that courtroom. You are going to cry, because that definitely has happened a lot, and you're going to beg a lot. I think a year, for me, I'm happy with a year. A year in jail will give you an idea about how to respect other people and the reality and consequences that life brings when you don't know how to act like a civilized adult. But you're going to go around doing stuff like this. Now, I don't have to be nice about this, Mr. McAfee. I literally, these are new. These came last year, which means I can still get you on this. I don't have to be nice about this. I could rain down, man, fire and brimstone at your front door. I can open up the earth and I can swallow you completely. I can make your life a living nightmare with this, easily. I got hardcore evidence on you left and right. We know what you look like, we know where you live at, we know everything. You came out here and you slandered my company. You attacked me. You attacked my family. You attacked my friends. We didn't know who you were. You hooked up with Jamie. Oh, and by the way, Fernando, every time we prosecute one of these guys, that's more jail time added to your sentence because, again, you guys all know each other. So I can file anything right now and you're done. Now, we gave him the opportunity to get out of it. Everybody saw it on YouTube. What did he do? He came back and made contact again. That's why we're coming after you. Bigger problem you got to worry about, it's not me at the end of the day. I know what I want. A year in jail is good enough for me. We may give you more. But this is the problem you have. It depends on this. We don't have control over that. We have control of what we want. Because you against me. These are separate charges. These are charges that they give you automatically for committing that crime. So he may get the 10 years out of that. missing states, all this dumb nonsense at the end of the day. What'd you get out of it, gentlemen? What'd you get? What'd you get out of this? When I'm done this video, I'm gonna go and build me a virtual tank, set it up. I got another screen coming and set that up. I got this whole business deal going on. I'm gonna be doing pretty soon. Got a new building we're gonna be doing. At the end of the day, our company's gonna be making tons of money next year. What are you gonna be doing? What do you do with your time on this earth? Oh, you're gonna spend yourself in the system trying to keep yourself alive. Number one, you got to go through the prison system. You're going to be sued for tons of money, the fines, the fees, the penalties, the embarrassment, all your information, not all your information, but basically what happened in that courtroom on public records, because I want to make it all for everybody to read. That's your future right there. Everything you work for, gone. Sat there and cried on his YouTube channel about losing his house. Look at the dumb stuff he does. Now, I don't have to give you a year. I can get 30 years out of that. Easily 30 years. Your name is right on it. Put your name up there, right there. There you go. And you're from Ohio. And guess who's from Ohio? The bar's from Ohio. The one you contact, the one you basically use their address without permission. So, yeah. I couldn't tell you. Let me see. I'm going to look at this for a minute. You're too old for this. You know you got kids at the end of the day. You got kids' toys littered all over your house. Didn't common sense kick in at the end of the day that, hey, look, I can literally lose everything? What did you think was going to happen? You didn't use any common sense on that? I can send that right back to your family. I can send it to your church. I can send it to your job. I can send it anywhere I want to send it to. But a nice little letter from my attorneys explaining what's going to happen to you and why you're getting sued. Why you're about to lose everything. What happens if your wife gets a letter like that? It comes from us telling us in the day that we're filing a lawsuit against you for basically your activities on YouTube of basically slandering and basically going out and committing all different types of crimes. How do you think your wife's going to handle getting a letter like that from one of our attorneys? With that in there, showing the evidence of what we're going to be suing you on. You're being charged with identity theft. How do you think she's going to feel about that? I don't think she's going to be too happy about it. Same letter you sent to us, we can send to you, but the difference between me and you, Mr. McAfee, my real information will be on there, and my attorney's name will be on there addressing your wife. Letting her know that, hey, look, here's a problem. Your husband went out and did a lot of dumb stuff, and now we're going to have to sue you and take you to court, and you're going to have to take a lot of money out of it. It's possible he's definitely going to jail. That's why they're just trying to disappear. And that's why Rogers is distancing himself as far as he possibly can. But that's not going to happen. Let me see. Oh boy. I've got to put an invisible screen. It's going to be interesting. Why can't I just get a giant clear box, which would be much easier to do than building the box itself? But then we can't find a giant. Well, we can't find a giant clear box. We want too much money for it. That's what the problem is. But I'd rather build it myself anyway. At least I know how to do it. So you were born in 1989. Let me see. You would be 36 years old right now, Mr. McAfee. God, you screwed up really badly. Let me see if it brings up. It comes up on one of our accounts because when we type in, I have to go through his page to get to my page. This page was the last page we landed on when we found out all that nonsense. Let's see. What's this one? This one, this one. One of these pages pop up. It's Daniel McAfee, 1989. We get it anytime we log into a Facebook account. It's the first thing that pops up. Everybody, somebody thought my account was locked. So the account's not locked. It comes up, unfortunately, because that was the last page that we were on, and it brings it up every time. And that's how we knew who he was, because when we went in and saw his face, I was like, "Oh shoot, that's his real name." That's how we found out. Here it is, right here. See? Comes up every time. We got it saved. You were born in 1989. You have it on your Facebook page right here. This is where his page used to be at. Facebook.com. Daniel McAfee, 1989. You're 36 years old right now. He shut his page down because he popped on our page. And when I looked up, I was like, wait a minute. He's on our page carrying on and acting up. See? Doing the devil's work, man. Doing dumb stuff at the end of the day. You should have been out playing with your kids. So doing this dumb nonsense. That's how we figured out who he was. Because he always went by Solid Wake 5. And it's funny because I had people call and say, oh, that's his name. Yeah, he popped up on the radar. He came over on. We would have never figured out. I don't go to your page, man. I don't care about that kind of stuff. The only time I basically go through somebody's stuff unless you cross my path. You don't cross my path, we don't care about you at the end of the day. Other things to do. I have things to do. Don't care. And even if you're attacking me, I still don't even look into that because I don't care. Only when you cross my path is when I go, okay, there it is right there. It might as well. So that's what happened. He crossed my path. He popped into my page, started carrying on and acting up on my page, putting laugh emojis and carrying on. And I clicked on it, and your page popped on and go, oh, this is your real name. Your face. Your face. We got a picture of your face over here on the receipts. It matched. So your name is McAfee. So when I came online, I said, hey, hello, how you doing, Daniel McAfee? And he popped up, his page disappeared. You already gave up your information. We knew exactly who you were. That's how I know about your kids. That's how I know about your family members and all that stuff, because we got a duplicate of your entire page. Next time you want to go out and you want to do dumb stuff, leave your page locked. Idiot. Gee whiz. You can't get mad like, oh, he duplicated my page. No. What were you doing over on my site to begin with? What were you over there to begin with? You're over there to try to make trouble. That's what you were doing, right? All right, then. You got what you deserved. See, this is the part that gets me, Mr. McAfee. It's the fact that when I sit there and talk about the dumb stuff you do, one part of me tells me at the end of the day to sue you and take everything from you and throw you out in the street. To take it all from you. Throw you in jail. Watch you spend the rest of your life rotting in a prison somewhere. And through all that, I can still go, no, we can't do that because in the day, you know, want to make sure he doesn't do that much time to at least get out and see his kids or something like that. Well, at least at the end of the day, you get 30 years. That's not bad. You get 30 years out of this mess. You're 36. You'll be like 66 when you get out. So that's not bad. At least there's still something there. And it could be far worse. You're like one of these guys. Jamie's like 49. Anything he gets in the day is going to be freaking a death sentence or pretty much forever in jail. Jimmy's got a lot of time coming his way. Those copyrights are no joke. Those copyrights can carry anywhere from 100 years. He's got a lot of copyrights he touched at the end of the day because he thought he had to get out of jail free card. If he gets 50 years, he's screwed. He's 49. He's not even going to live that long. The average person doesn't live to 100 years old. Most men die off at around 70. You're lucky if you make it to 70. Most die between 50 and 60 go. And he's not exactly in the best of shape. If you look at him, he's not really healthy. He doesn't exercise and guarantee doesn't eat well. And he's overweight. So the odds are against him on so many levels, it's not even funny. So yeah, he may not live that long. So any time he has right out here in this world right now is extremely precious to him. And he's looking at freaking serious copyrights, infringements. He could easily get 50 years. And that's not even counting all the other stuff that's coming his way. So no, he's going to spend the rest of his life in a prison. So that's what he's done. Rogers is an old guy. We get Rogers on that fraud nonsense he did on his page. We take him to court on that. Most likely, if he doesn't get a year and keep it kind of seriously, how long it's been. So you've been selling for like maybe a week or so, or maybe a month. That's something that can be reasoned with the courts. But you're talking about 3 years. You had it on there for 3 years. 2 to 3 years, yeah. That's a problem. I mean, you knew 100% what you were doing. Especially when we're shooting videos telling you, hey, look, you need to remove that. There's no way to back this up. So again, no. On top of that, showing my face multiple times, showing we had problems with you, showing how you're linked to Jamie, or you guys work together. It's going to go well for you guys. Oh, period. So he can't spend any time in the prison system. They might try to fight that by saying, hey, he's too old. But that doesn't work. People at 9 years old get sent into jail. You got somebody who basically committed war crimes. They can be somewhere between maybe like 89. They still send them to jail. You got to pay for that. Nobody gets a get out of jail free card. It doesn't work that way. So he's going to spend some time in the hole. Or whatever they're going to put him in. Not in the hole. You have to get in trouble getting in the hole. But you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah. Ah, man. McAfee is the only one that may be able to get out of this mess. But he's going to be old dude when he gets out. Because he's 36. Should have known better from that. Come on. You should have known better to get involved with these guys at the end of the day like that. So you get 10 years, 20 years, whatever. You're still good. You'll be in your 50s or 60s when you get out. But you are another person that's overweight too. And I guarantee you don't take care of yourself either. So, again, other things will be popping up like lung disease, heart disease, strokes, heart attacks, all that stuff. That's the stuff that usually kicks off for a man around those ages. Yep. But Danny's old, man. Danny's old. I ain't even that old. You're an old dude. You kind of got one of those paperweight hats they snap in the front. They got extra read on about it. He's an old dude. He's got to be roughly. You can't be my age. I know you know that. My age. No. I'm 56. I seen it. Yeah, you're an old dude, man. You've got to get there roughly like maybe like 60s. Probably around age, probably 60s. Either way, you're not fit. You're not going to be able to handle the stress of that place. And even the stress alone can drive one to have a heart attack in there. Yeah, he's 36. So identity theft is what? A 10-year prison term. Yeah, he's good. 10 years. Big problem you have at the end of this, the big problem. If you survive it, that's the problem. I told you. I'm sick from somebody who's been there already. I've been there already. I've been in the system already. That's if you survive it. Because you're still going to have problems. People don't understand when they're sitting in court and you've never been in the system before, and they think at the end of the day that, okay, I got 5 years. 5 years is easy. I can do 5 years standing on my head. It'll pass. But you don't know what's waiting for you when you get in there. Now, if you got ties, family, connection, whatever, you're good. You know, you're going to play chicken, hook up, and you went for a little while. The time passed by, you're good. You know? Because people know not to mess with you because you're connected, and this is vice versa. But if you don't have anybody, you don't know anybody, at the end of the day, then you're opportunity. You become an opportunity for somebody who's trying to up his ability to live a little better life. He's going to live it off you. So if you got clean books, you got nothing on you, no fines, nothing else from the courts or nothing, your books are clean, and they got fines and stuff, because anything they put on the books, they take it. You can't have anything in your books if you owe money. You get paid retribution. You can't. You got to find someone with clean books. That's the only way you're going to be to buy stuff in there. They got to go in your books. You can't give you money. That's too high of a risk to somebody trying to rob you. So, yeah. The money got to go in the books anyway. They give you $300. It's going to go to your books. You can't go in there and pay anything with cash. It's on your books. But anyway, and then on top of that, you know, they're going to ask around. They're going to ask around like, hey, anybody know him? Anybody connected to him? So and so and so. It's going to get out. Before you even basically get through that door, I say that first minute you're sitting on your bed, your information is already being sorted through it, who you are and where you're coming from. That's why I said, somebody walks past your door and they stare at you, they're going to come get you. They're just letting you know. They walk past you, they ain't bothering with you because they don't care. They don't want no heat. But they stop and they walk in and they look at you and they walk by, You got to handle that situation right there and then. Because they're going to come back. Chances are they're probably going to come back that minute. They're probably going to go to the far end, see if there's any guards around, and they're going to run right up into yourself. That's real. So, that's why I said a day in there is bad. 5 minutes in there is bad. The whole, it's just, man, it depends. Some people are under the radar. Some people are never seen. They don't see them under the radar, and they're able to coast through it. Some people are picked up. Now, if I'm in there, and I basically, if I'm in that place, and I'm in there, and I said I did this, but I'm in that place, and I got no family that gives me nothing at all, period. I got to figure a way how I'm going to survive in there. Because that food they make is trash. It is. That food is garbage, man. Every once in a while you get a good tray. Other than that, most of the time it's garbage. And if I smoke, I'm going to need cigarettes. I'm going to need something. And then while I'm in there, so I got to find opportunity. I got to find somebody at the end of the day that I can intimidate and I can take from, that I basically can, you know, have a little something there while I'm there. So when these jokers pop up, I'm watching you. You got no tattoos on you, none of that stuff. I don't have any tattoos on me at all. Not one tattoo on me. Religion thing. I don't have tattoos. I don't know why. I never got tattoos. I have very full tattoos. I don't have tattoos. But anyway, but they'll check your tats and see exactly what's up with that, blah, blah, blah. So then you don't any of that. They'll ask around. Anybody know? Because some people don't have them on them. And they do have heavy ties. That's why they don't have them on them. So you got bumped into people like that before. Not one tattoo on them, but they were extremely heavy ties. Under the radar. So, figure it out, like, okay, they're going to ask around. Who knows him? Anybody know him? Anybody connect? Anybody? And then they find out no one's connected to you. Your opportunity. Now, the bigger question is, will you fight back? And that's what they're going to challenge you on. Either they're going to sit down in front of you at the lunch table, or they're going to take something off your tray and come over and introduce themselves and say, look, my name is so-and-so and so, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take what I want off your tray. And if he reaches over to take something, you let him take it, and he eats it in front of you, you're done. He's going to come over every day and take something off your tray. Because now I got an extra, whatever I want. It's a cupcakes for that day, I got it extra. If it's brownies that day, I got it extra. If it's bread, I got it extra. Anything I want, I got extra. But once they start taking that, then they're going to take more. And they're going to take more and more and more, and then they're going to want to take that too. Because then you got other people that are watching you too, besides him. And they're thinking that, hey, if you let him take that off his tray and eat him, there's an opportunity for me too. And he's going to take something from you. Yeah, you're going to mess around, yep. Now, like I said, I've been in that situation. I got family, same family, which one ticked off. But anyway, didn't have that issue. But, like I said, in that situation, person say take something off somebody's tray, and that person gets up and jacks him up, you're not coming back over to take anything off that tray. Even if he was able to turn around and beat that guy up, still he's not coming over. It's not worth it. It's not worth getting in a fight with this guy. If you get in a fight with him, this guy's willing to rumble with you. That means at the end of the day, both of y'all going in the hole. Both of y'all losing privilege. At the end of the day, nobody wants that crap. It's bad enough as it is in there as it is. I don't want to lose what I already have. It's not worth it. Then I can basically get more time on my time. So yeah, ain't worth the fighting. This is something that's rival. That's a different story. But other than that, an everyday Joe, I'm not bothered with that. Or if the guy kicks your behind, it definitely ain't worth going over and take, because every time you go over, he's going to kick your behind. And now hoping that he might turn around and take that hostility and point it in your direction where he might start taking from you. Yeah, it's crazy. But anyway. It's funny how people look at prison movies and people laugh about them and all that stuff, and then you get behind in that situation, you realize that it's not a situation to be joking and laughing about. They put you in the holding cell. We call it the bullpen. I don't have to call them bullpens anymore. I call them bullpens. They were called bullpens back in the day when I was coming up. They stick you in the bullpen, and if you're in there with somebody, like you sitting down and somebody comes over and tells you got to move you in their seat, that actually happens in there. Ain't no movie, it actually happens in there. And people get up and they leave. They move to the other seat. You made a mistake. Because someone in there saw that happen. If someone saw that happen, and you happen to be in the same place they're at, they're going to tell you, yeah, that guy's a coward over there, man. He was in the bullpen with me. I watched the guy walk over to him and tell him to move, and he moved. You do know you have the upper hand, right? You're sitting down. His private area is right there in your face. I understand that. I watch people and they get up and leave like, hello, it's right there in your face. You know what it is? People are afraid to throw a punch. That's what it is. They're afraid of the consequences after the punch. There is no consequences. His private area is right in your face. Leave it alone. People get up and move. Then they say, no, then another guy say, no, you're in my spot. You're in my spot. You're in my spot. Well, now you're standing up them face to face. You could have took care of that right there and then. I'm not talking about violence. Sometimes I'm in a situation, you're going to have to do what you got to do, but it's right there. But that fear kicks in. That fear kicks in about what if he retaliates or what if he hits me and all that stuff like that, you know, whatever. People. You know what's interesting? How we have this conversation, and you know, if you kept your nose clean, you would never have this conversation. That's what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about at the end of the day, people. About enjoying life and not doing dumb stuff. Because you would never be having these conversations if you do the right thing in life. You wouldn't have these conversations at all. Period. Would you? No, you wouldn't. Who brings up this kind of stuff unless you're going there? And people don't talk about this kind of stuff. You know why? Because I don't have no plans on going there. Why am I going to talk about some place I'm never going to go? Because, you know, it got common sense and I stayed their butt out of trouble. But these ditwits went out and did all this dumb nonsense. And now they're going to have to think about this kind of stuff. This is what they're going to have to think about. It's going to be part of their everyday life. Because the problem you have, gentlemen, you guys all know each other. You all committed this crime together, right? So even those conspiracy charges can give you time. Even if you say you don't get any charges for the other stuff, you can get charges on the simple fact that you guys all teamed up to jump on me. That can get you jail time. Conspiracy charges are the worst ones to have. Okay, dumb stuff. When you got people out there that you guys are doing well to do, and you messed it up. You messed it up. Whatchamacallit has a nice house, McAfee, nice place, house, and Danny has a nice place. Crow, regardless of that place is, it's still his home at the end of the day. That's what it is. He's been there for a very long time, so it is his home. And you're going to lose that. Even Mr. Williams, who was blessed to get into a building that his statue would never be in there to begin with, because again, those places are usually set aside for people who have single mothers and families. That's what they're set up for. It's rare that a guy gets in there by himself and gets one of those places, and he destroyed that. Gentlemen, I knew that if you had crossed that line, the way we have you now, you crossed that line, I knew where you were going. And I knew the situation and everything you're going to go through because I already been there. I did it already. I can tell you right now, that first day in that holding cell, you're going to have a hard time processing. That's the hardest one right there. It's not to be in sentence and doing the time, because now you already know what you're facing. It's basically when they arrest you and they stick you in that bullpen and you're in there, that's where it all kicks in, how badly you screwed up. Because you wouldn't be in that bullpen at the end of the day if you had basically did things a little better. This is where I should have did this and I should have did that. That's when the reality kicks in. Now, some people in there, because they got some misdemeanors, they go home, they get that bail. And some people don't get the bail. Some people stay. You can't be in the bullpen all night. What they do is they get ready to process you to be taken upstate, or we're going to take you to whatever prison or jail they're going to take you at, to wait till you stand trial. Go to trial, they're going to see whether or not they're going to let you out or not. And then you have to come back in, you know what I mean? Let you go out, and then you can do your time, wait out there until they bring you back in to for trial. Just some of you for your court date. Some people don't get that. Some people stay. And I can tell you the stress is like no other. The stress is way beyond like no other. It literally feels like your heart's about to push right through your chest. That's what it feels like. It's like almost having a heart attack every day. That's what it feels like. Your head's spinning, your mind's racing at 100 miles an hour. You get this incredible cotton mouth you could barely swallow. It's like you're just trying to swallow a whole entire bag of sand. And your legs are constantly shaking because you're nervous. It's just a whole messed up ordeal. It's like anxiety attacks beyond anxiety attacks. It's insane. And then what you're hearing, the screaming, the yelling, all this, the gate slamming over and over again, it's madness, man. It's absolute madness. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. And then you have to come, you're trying not to think about it, but you have to. You have to realize that I'm going to be here for a while. As horrible as it is, the worst upon worst part, gentlemen, after that, is when they take you up to that cell and they shut that door behind you. And you realize that you're going to be in that spot for however long time they're going to sentence you to. That's where you're going to be at. 3 years from now, a year from now, 5 years, 20 years, you're going to be in that cell. That's the part that hurts the most. When they shut that door behind you, imagine that. You're not free anymore. You were free at one point. You walk around, do this, enjoy your life, and the next thing you know, you're in this little cell and you can't go anywhere. That's the part that really messes with your head. That's the part that's the worst. And you're going to feel that. Processing, the whole 9 yards, you're going to feel it all. That's the worst part. They shut that door. And you just think about, man, I was free at one point, man. At one point, I could go outside and I could touch the cement. I could touch the grass. I could touch a tree. I could sit out in the park. I could smell the flowers. Gone. That's gone. And you had the opportunity, but you screwed it up because you were all upset over screen paint. Don't tell anybody what you were in there for. You can get your butt kicked at the end of the day. I mean, just something jacked up. Because, again, you'll get your butt kicked at the end of the day. Like, wait, you mean to tell? Hold on a minute. Hold on. I got here because I got in a dispute with somebody and they ain't giving me an ultimatum, so I had to do what I had to do. You got here for what? Paint. But no, wait, what kind of paint is this? You're going to get locked. They're going to ask you all kinds of questions. Paint? You got to be kidding me. And then they find out where you live at. Some of you have money. You're privileged. Paint? I didn't think if it's robbing a bank or do something crazy like that and you need the money or whatever at the end of the day. I don't know. But paint? You threw your life away for paint? Because at the end of the day, you have to understand, they take it more seriously because they've been there and they've lost that time. To be able to get out there and do it all over again and change, they take that opportunity in a hot second. If it meant losing one of their arms. And you lost to come into this place for paint? Yeah. Those are the ones that pretty much get ridiculed the hardest. The people coming here for crimes that like really just didn't care at the end of the day. You just threw it all away for some paint. Because what are you in here for? Paint. No, not house paint. Some kind of screen paint or something, whatever. He's in here for screen paint. He got mad at some guy online and started carrying on and acting up. And started basically stalking this guy. And he ended up in this place over here for some paint. You be that. Oh, they're going to call you all kinds of things. You're stupid. What are you going to do? You're going to jump in their face and carry? You're not on YouTube no more. You're in real life. Get your head knocked off. Paint. You're in here for some paint. How dumb can you be for some paint? And even though people in there for crimes, they should not have done, but at least they justify the crimes. Look, I ain't no choice. I got to do what I got to do. People came to my family. I got to represent. I got to keep my family in check. So I did what I had to do. So that's why I ended up in here. I had no choice. That's the way it was. You know what I mean? They're justified. You know what I mean? For paint, something simple like that. So what like this other idiot who just got out, literally just got out. We're all sitting there in the pen. When you're in the pen waiting to go to court, ain't a lot of benches in there. You're laying on the floor, you're laying next to the toilet, you're just crowded in this place, man. And you can't wait to get out of here. I can't stand that waiting for court, man, being packed in those little areas. And you just, man, you would give anything. Heck, you can chop off my arm. I can live without this arm. Just let me walk through them doors and go home. Especially when you're hearing officers walking back and forth saying, yeah, I'm about to leave right now, I'm about to clock out. You would give anything to be able to trade positions with them. Just to be leave out that door and never come back to this place. And this joker sat up there and got the freak out. I'll never forget that. He was there before I got there. And he just got out. We're all sitting there. He's talking about, yeah, I think they're going to send me up this time. I'm like, this time? How many times have you been out? They sent me out a few times. They let me out. You know what I mean? But, I keep getting in trouble. I keep coming back. I'm just looking at him like, freaking idiot. They taking people off in there. He's talking like that. So no sooner than that, this joker walked right past the freaking cell. Like, they're not even bringing him back in. He's going home. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. He's going home? Like, he got caught on freaking drug charges, or grand theft auto, robbery, all kinds of stuff. They just kept letting him out. They're going to hang him. The guy was like, nah, they're hanging him. They're about to hang him. That's what you mean. So they're going to get this. You got the revolving door process where they keep letting him out. And then when he do something really stupid, they give him like freaking football numbers and say, yeah, we let him out multiple times. This is what we got. So we think he needs really serious time to understand the situation. About to get them football numbers. But this is the part that got me. He was free. He went home. So I'm thinking, wow, man, he can go home, see his family, the whole 9 years. That jerker was right back in there. He was right back in there by 1 o'clock. He was back in. He was in about 1 o'clock. And we're all sitting there talking about, people talking about their families and stuff, how they want to go see their kids. They miss the times where they used to go and do stuff together and all that stuff. And he was talking about how if he get out this time, he's going to change his life. He's not coming back in. Because the guy's like, yeah, they give you the revolving door. Next time you come in, they're going to give you time. We got the time, by the way, just to let you know. But anyway, yeah, he got out, man. He walked right past. So, yo, man, I'm going home. I was like, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Yeah, he was right back in. So apparently, his people told him they was going to pick him up. But they said they were going to pick him up right away. So he got bored. And he was in the prison parking lot, and he decided to steal a car. So he stole a car out of the prison parking lot. A place that has a ton of cameras everywhere. And you just got out, got your bag with all your stuff. You got whatever phone you got, which is probably outdated. All this stuff, he outside the wall. Outside the freaking wall. What does he do? He steals a car. And not any car. He stole a car that was in the parking lot next to the prison. And they caught the whole thing on tape. They locked him up and used that against him, against all the other stuff they had against him. And they gave him 25 years. And that's 25 years without parole, which means you have to do this whole 25 in order to get out. Yep. Some people go back because they have nothing out there waiting for them anymore. Too much has changed. Now you got people who been in jail for a very long time. Things change. Now today things ain't got much of a change. You can't really jump back into. People now coming out of jail can make money off their stories. And I watch a lot of them on YouTube. They talk about, you know, what they went through in the process and stuff and all that. People are interested in that kind of stuff, you know. So, you know, and I tell some of these people at the end of the day, look, you make the prison food at the end of the day, people will buy that stuff and eat it up because they're curious. They're curious about something that they don't want to experience on that level, but they want to see what it's like. You got money right there from the door. You got experience and money. You could teach kids at the end of the day the process and what goes on in a place like that. You'd be surprised what you could do with that. Take something that negative, turn around and make it positive. But that food that they make in there, they make some crazy food in there. Take that and make some money off of it. Because you got people that will pay for that. I had a friend of mine who was in there for a bit, and he learned all different ways on how to make ramen, on ways I didn't even think was even possible, and it was amazing. I'm gonna do something with this, man. I'd have called it prison noodles. People would have bought it right from the door, prison noodles. I would have bought. That's a nice name right there. There's a nice ring to it. It's different. It's like, man, it's like, man, I've never had ramen like this before. But they figured out different ways, and they had no choice because in the situation they were in, they had to figure it out, make money off of that. You know, I'm gonna tell you how people can make money off the craziest things. There is a resort that's made, and it sounds crazy, but it's actually true. There's a resort that's made for like how people live if they basically didn't have a lot. The rich people pay to go to this resort because they want to see what it's like to live the bare minimum. They already have everything they could possibly want. Take it all away and just see how I can live like this. I know it sounds crazy because some people do it every day, but people pay a lot of money to get into a place that would have very little of nothing. Be surprised. Be surprised. Yep. Now people got mad about it because they said, well, look, they're kind of making fun of people don't have anything, but people pay money for that. People will pay money for anything that has the experience of something that's something different, something new. But yeah, people make pizza, people make caramel, they make all this stuff, they make spaghetti, they make all this stuff in the prison system. They make it themselves. They figure out different ways on how to make it. You literally have a business right there. You have a business. Now, my company at the end of the day wants to help people have a business in a day. I meet a guy at the end of the day was in the system, say, Mr. Bird, I got this crazy idea. I want to basically take that food and incorporate it into the business. So I'm all for it. I'm paying for it. You know why? It's money. That's definitely money. I know it. It's money. I know people will pay for that in a hot second. I'm not turning them down on that. Bank be crazy. Bank will turn them down because, yeah, and who cares about the end of the day? He got an idea at the end of the day. If he can make it work, I'm all for it. The bank will judge you on that, judge you on yourself, judge you on your backyard, judge you on your credit. You're missing out on amazing opportunities. I'm cashing in on that opportunity. How you want your unit to look, because we customize the units. I'm doing that too. I'm going to do customization for the units because I like doing customization. I like doing customization work. I like doing that. So when we do each one of our units, you can customize it how you want it. We'll design it that way, free of charge. Because I like doing that kind of stuff. I'm going to be on site with these guys working to do them because I like doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, we'll hook it up. That'd be pretty cool, man. Put some of that ad tech into it because we can keep ad tech in it as long as it's not in the area where we have traffic at. We can put ad tech in there. Put the advertising, all that stuff for free. That's it. All they got to do is take their idea and put it there. That's all they got to do. So yeah, somebody came out, we get set up, we're ready to start doing that, we get set up, and somebody gets out of the system, and they say, hey, look, I got this fantastic idea, so run it past me. Let me take some of these dishes. They bring them dishes in there, and they like that. I'm like, oh, heck yeah. Where are you going to start this? We'll promote it at the end of the day. Why not? Why shouldn't they get a second chance? Everybody's worthy of a second chance. They are. We've given people second chances, they don't take them. Yeah. Now, what are we building here? I can't even tell you. I can't tell you what it is. This is the first time I'm going to tell anybody what I'm building. I can't. But I'm doing this while I'm working. Because, again, if I'm going to be talking about this dumb nonsense at the end of the day, it needs to be out there. The reason why I do these videos is because they post up on my, dude, that much time right now? They pop up on my Google, and my Google shows everything. So, y'all. So, while I'm in there, let's get some stuff done. I'm doing that. We're going to put this together. This is already halfway built anyway. Put this together. Order my parts for it and I'm finished. And by the way, for those of you saying, is that the screen you're talking about? Nope, the screen I'm talking about is 100% all plexiglass. There's nothing, it's all see-through. So there you go. Now, to you new naysayers at the end of the day, look, here's the kicker, right? If you want to make false accusations about my company, I'll take you to court and I'll take all your stuff. I'll file lawsuits against you. We'll throw you in jail. If you don't want your freedom, you can go in that place right there all day. If you don't like the product, it's your personal opinion. It's freedom of speech. I don't care about that. But if you want to add scammer, liar like this dummy just did, on his site, you're getting sued. Because he's definitely getting sued for that. Hear that, Danny? Get a lawyer and reach out to me because I'm suing the daylights out of you for that. You know that, right? There you go. So I'm filing against you this month. Better have my receipts too, by the way. I want my receipts. Make some claim I canceled against you. You lost your mind, man. I'm talking about we'll get the product. Man, you had how long to buy that product? All right then. The ones that get me, the ones are people that come in drunk. When people come in drunk and then realize where they're at, because they think they're home sleeping it off and they're actually locked up. And especially if they found they killed somebody in the process. Yeah. Well, I seen them in there when I was in the holding cell. Go in there and think they waking up at home. And they look up and they freaking in a prison cell. We are looking right back at them like, this girl finally woke up. And then they come in there and they explain, bring them out. You hear the whole conversation, what they're talking about and everything. You see the person basically grab his head and start, going off. They losing it because they just figured out that they just killed somebody. So when they were driving, they murdered somebody. So yeah, they're going to be in there for the rest of their life. And wherever goes on, they're going to be in there for a while. They're going to be there for a long while. You know that. But the charges are serious. Most of the time, public disturbance and stuff like that, you know what I mean? You go to court, you know what I mean? They'll give you probation, they're going to fine you, whatever's going to happen. Find that you killed somebody? Jeez, man. They come back in, they're going to tell us what happened. Like, what happened? Apparently, I was drunk, I was driving on the other side of the road and I killed somebody. I had a car accident. You'd think with all the scratches on you or whatever happened, or maybe you got scratch free, but some people come there bleeding a little bit, they got patches on it, like, what do you think happens? I thought I got in a fight with somebody. Mostly that's what most people say. They thought they got in a fight with somebody. Kill somebody. Or got in a bar fight and kill somebody. You get mad, you want to pick up a chair, you want to hit somebody in the back of the head with, you kill somebody like that. Or if you're fighting somebody and they fall backwards and get hurt, you got manslaughter charges coming your way. Plenty of people in there for that one. Plenty of people in there for that one. I've heard so many stories from so many people when I was in there. Some crazy stuff I've heard, because people will talk about the crimes they committed. Some people don't talk at all. But I've heard that so many times about that fight, the fight. This guy's been getting on your nerves, you'll get out there and fight, y'all start rumbling, he trips on a piece of cement or whatever, you go to jail for that, because you're the one who triggered it off. If you weren't there, if you ignored it, that's how they see it. Even if the guy was calling you, who cares? If you didn't walk out that door and you didn't approach him and swing at him for him to fall back and strike his head, you wouldn't be in there for manslaughter. Got that so many times. And the regret is like unbelievable. Like, man, if I had just stayed in the house, if I had just listened to that voice that told me to stay in the house and ignore it, I wouldn't run out there to do what I got to do. Yeah, the devil. Right from the door, run out there. That's what happened. I heard it too many times to count. People made that mistake. Like, I was trying to hold him up. He was bleeding out and everything. He died. Like, and some people find it the hard way. Some people being locked up and they come and go, yeah, you get murdered, you get man one, you get first degree. Like, what happened? He died. Yep. Yeah. I'm gonna talk about it with you. But yeah, I wasn't supposed to be here that long. He died. So now we're gonna be here for a while. Careful about being a bar, swinging on a bar pool, carrying on and acting up. Getting there for manslaughter. Hooah! Hooah! You finished fighting your fishies? You fighting your some new mice. You got new mice now. He fights them every chance he gets. Every chance he gets, he fights his mices. Every chance you get, you fight your mices, his mices. Mice. I told these guys when they first started it on me with this dumb nonsense. And Jamie, you're the one that initiated all this nonsense because you wanted to make trouble for me. And we got something ready for you already from the door. I guarantee you, Mr. Fernando, from the door that you are never getting out. You definitely have my promise on that one. You will spend the rest of your life behind bars. Because again, at your age and with those copyrights alone by themselves, you're going to spend the rest of your life in prison. So you're definitely going to get exactly what's coming to you. But anyway, these dummies, warned them. I sat there and told Danny when he first contacted, sort of carrying on and acting up. I said, look, man, go in a different direction, man, because this is going to bring you nothing but pain and trouble. You know, whatever you plans you think at the end of the day you can do to me, it's not going to happen. You know what happened to him now? Got them pictures on my phone. I'm filing. This week, I'm filing multiple lawsuits against you, Mr. Rogers. Because I got you posting my pictures without my permission. Not only that, trying to tarnish my company's name by calling me a liar and a scammer. So, yes, sir. Also going to file criminal charges against you too, also too. Because you can't do that against the law. Alright, finishing my box. It's going to be from my PlayStation setup. Should we cyberpunk this thing? I don't know what to cyberpunk it. I may cyberpunk it, I'm not sure. Taco, should we cyberpunk it? Oh, we gotta get the glow in the dark paint. We gotta order. We gotta order stuff. We gotta get our glow in the dark paints in. Caught up in my work. I gotta get done. I got things to do. It's one done. I don't know why you're trying to bring that black paint back. That stuff does not work. I guess he's trying to compete with our stuff. Yeah, okay. Good luck with that. And your missing states. "36 years old. Jeez, at least he got time. We got time, a little bit of time. Depends on what he gets. They hit him and we hit him. That's gonna. He might get sick. He could walk off with that much time. It depends, but at least he's still gonna be like maybe 60 or 70 before he gets out of there. It ain't too bad. If you're at that 40, late 40s, late 50 marks, anything you get is basically it's life. It is. Because you're not gonna doubt you. Most people don't even live that long. Let me see what's going on over here. Badges and order information for new stuff. We'll get around that later. Let me see. This guy has no activity. Only has activity on his site. That's basically about it. But there's no activity on his Facebook page. I mean, it's on page. Even it's our YouTube channel. He's not gonna come back on there and say anything. That's why. Copyrights are fake. Those are not even real. Yeah, he said something about copyright infringements. Let me explain something to you, Mr. Rogers. In order for you to basically have a copyright infringement, you have to actually have a copyright. You don't have a copyright. Your copyright symbols are fake. I know. I did the research on them. So they're not even real. So guess what? La-di-da. And if you look on the site, let me see this for a minute. You see my cube on there anywhere? My cube is nowhere to be found on his site. You know why? Because he's not stupid. You went and did the research and found out that my copyrights were real, didn't you, Mr. Rogers? Mr. McAfee, I think we have one that we can see that when you made the fake receipt, we have our cube up there. So we'll see what we do with that. Other words than that, if you look at Mr. Williams didn't touch the copyrights either. Because Mr. Williams knew at the end of the day that those copyrights are also real. And this could throw him in jail. And oh, Mr. Williams, I swear, if you would have touched those copyrights at the end of the day, yeah, I would have you behind the federal court. Definitely give you a nice couple of years to think about it. And I mean a couple of years, I'm at 10, 20 years for touching my copyrights. So you're lucky you didn't touch them. But Jamie, on the other hand, Jamie thought because he basically doesn't have documents to be here, that he could do whatever the freak he wanted. See, that's the reason why the Mexican people are having problems at the end of the day, because you got jokers that are coming up there doing all kinds of stuff. That's what they're accusing them of. They're accusing why they don't want them here in the United States, because they're going to commit crimes. That's why. You make your people look bad. That's why I told you. I got Mexican friends at the end of the day. They said, man, if they ever meet it with Jamie, they're going to knock his head off, because you make them look bad. People out there protesting, trying to get rights to be here, and you're online committing all kinds of crimes. Now that government crimes. Good luck with that one in court. Yeah, steal whatever you want at the end of the day, because he's figuring no consequences. The worst they're going to do is they're going to deport me and send me back over. You wish they'll deport you and send you back over. You ain't going anywhere. You're going to stay right here in the United States. You're going to do that nice 25, 30, 50 years, whatever the heck they give you. For those copyrights, slander, terroristic threats, post office mail fraud, perjury, you're going to do all that time. That's what you're going to do. Getting deported. No way in the world going to let you get off that easy. Let me see. Let me see. That copyright don't need to be up there. You don't have copyright. This is supposed to be his Series C product, which again, no videos were done on. He only did one video, that's 2 years ago, on a product that has literally no testing on it. And again, no explaining about the gain range. Rogers, I am not joking with you, man, on this one, man. You had better have some lawyer contact me before Monday hits. You're about to get a letter that's going to come to you real soon, and that letter's going to state that you're being challenged in court. Your company's being challenged, and you're being sued for defamation and slander for posting my face on YouTube without my permission. I'm going to sue you for more than you're worth. I'm going to bury you in debt. You better figure it out. Time is a-ticking. Monday morning, I begin the process on you. Other ones are already ready to go. They're all taken care of. I'm good. McAfee is the only one I got to deal with next, but you're next in line. All I got to do now for Mr. Williams is just go down there and get my police report, because he's already being taken care of by his building. He's going to be evicted. He's going to be out of that unit. But get my police report, go call Baltimore Police, and send them to his address, so we can get in the process of having him arrested. And then after that, here comes lawsuits. Because Mr. Williams, you're being sued by my company. On top of that, you're going to be under investigation for impersonating the minister and taking money without the authority to do so. So they're going to be involved in too. There's some other people involved in that. We had to file for. Well, Mr. Williams. No, Mr. Williams. Mr. Danny Rogers. Yeah. That's why you think I'm making all these videos right now. Yeah. Well, just to let you know, we're coming for you. This week coming up, I'm coming for you. We got those pictures up there, right? All right, then. You're going to explain to a judge at the end of the day why you posted my pictures up there calling me and slandering me. If you can't figure it out, man, it's going to cost you so much money. It's going to make your freaking head spin when we get done with you. And then I'm going to drag your company through a courtroom, and we're going to challenge your company on that gain range nonsense. You better have that paperwork in order. This would be the time right now to get really nervous. Now, you have your lawyer contact me. I'd like to have a little conversation with him. No fake lawyers, to get me a real one. And we've been asking him to send us a lawyer since last year. Well, no, before that. Way before that. Way before. When I was living in a house in Haventown, we were asking for that attorney. Nobody contacted us ever. You know why? Because you want to forget that it didn't happen. Well, I'm going to let you know something, Mr. Rogers. We're not going to forget this. At all. Period. I'm going to see you in a courtroom, one way or another. You're going. Whether you like it or not. You're going to go in a courtroom, and you're going to we're going to discuss all this in front of a judge. So, have a lawyer reach out to me. Run now. I can't understand when people run. Make trouble, and then run. Now they want to hide. No hiding. I told you, in 2025, what did I say? I said that we were going to track down all the individuals who try to make trouble for my company. Two things were going to happen. One, our company's going to blow up, which you're doing now. And two, you're going to be in jail. Every single one of them get you in front of a court, in front of a judge. Did I not say that? All right, then. Get that lawyer to contact me. No fake lawyers either. Real lawyer. Reach out to me. Contact me. I'll be looking forward to it. I'm going to send them over some stuff. I want to see what his opinions on what we have and what we can't do to you. And I bet you he'll tell you from the door that you're getting sued. Because first he's going to ask you is, can you back up what you stated on that website? Can you back up what he's saying it's not real? What are you going to say to him? We sent them emails and messages, contacting them, asking them. We got nothing back in return. Maybe you could find out for us. Ask them what it is. I want to know what this stuff is. Do a demonstration. Show it's true. Because we got a shopping cart. A website's been open for quite some time. And it's trying to collect money off people on something that's not real. So he's going to tell Mr. Rogers to pull the site down. Because we're going to tell him, either remove anything off that website that you can't back up. Because he can sue you in court for that. He'll win his case. I guarantee you. So, if it disappears off his site, you know that at the end of the day, he had to remove it. But it depends on. If we filed already, then you're done. Because if the lawyer tells you to remove it, you're still going to be charged because we filed it. So his job is going to be, at the end of the day, is to try to lighten the blow of whatever you're going to get hit with. Now, as for the other lawsuit of posting my face without my permission, I'm pretty sure your attorney's going to try to come to us before we go to court and say, hey, maybe we can work out a deal. Mr. Rogers, let me explain something to you so you understand it's crystal clear. No deal. At all. Don't even bother thinking about it. Don't even bother trying to get your attorney to ask for it. No deal. We're going to sue you for maximum of everything we can get out of you. No deal. Because I know people like you that can say, well, we'll offer him a couple of this, and no, I'm taking jack from him. I don't run for money at the end of the day. No deal. I want all of it. Post my face without my permission, call me a liar, and all these nasty things, and say all these wrong things about me that are not true. I want all of it. Everything. It's going to owe me quite a lot of money. And the reason why I recorded that one shot of you on there, because now we have a carbon what you look like, the whole 9 yards. That's all we need. Now I can take that image, I can alter it, make you look stupid, and post it all over the internet. Now, if I did something like that, what can happen to me? I can get sued. If I put stuff on there that's not true, I can get sued. Like the range game, say that's actually a real thing, and they actually can do that. But I made a statement that it's not, and I posted all over the internet. I can get sued for that. What if I take your face and I put down liar, cheater, scammer, and I put it all over the internet? I can get sued for that. So if you notice, I don't do that kind of stuff because I know I've sued people for these actions. So I know that's why I don't do it. But you guys did the very thing that I can sue you for. Excuse me. And since this is cybercrime, Mr. Rogers, I don't have to come there and you don't have to come here. It'll be taken care of on CyberJudge. It's a cybercrime. Mind you, because it's a cybercrime, that means it can carry a 20-year prison sentence, so you know. Defamation, if you take them to court, we often meet up in a courtroom, you could roughly get maybe a year, 4 years. But a cybercrime is a different type of crime. This right here, because it happened online, can be registered under cybercrime. And any cybercrime can carry a 20-year prison sentence. So you very well can be looking at 20 years in jail. Depends on how we file it. I'm filing it as a cybercrime because that's what it is. It's online. You use your social media page to commit the crime, so it's considered to be a cybercrime. So that carries a 20-year prison sentence. Yeah, I gotta do all that, man. Get that done. Filing against websites for cybercrimes. Are we filing here, Mr. Williams? Mr. Rogers? Are we filing here? This is what I filed for Jamie. Jamie has for basically touching our copyrights. We had to file with the FBI. So that comes in sync with federal court. Is it against the law to post someone's face and slander it? Oh, you can get that whole thing in there? Is it against the law to post someone's face without permission and... Literally, this is weird how this thing could read already that front of the door. Where is this thing sitting at? It's over there by the fan system. Get over here. Oh, you can hear all that, right? You heard that whole thing, did you not? Is it against the law to post someone's face without permission, without their permission? So yes, if you take someone's face and you basically alter or change it, and you call them something that they're not, which falls under the guidelines of slandered, you can sue the daylights out of someone. Do you remember the meme of the girl who did this? She had her hand out like that. She sued Google for something like so many millions of dollars. Because Google allowed that meme to be shown over and over and over again and did not stop it when they sent multiple requests asking Google to shut it down, and they didn't. Yes, you can. You can get sued for this. Now, I'm not going to send you a cease and desist letter. I'm going to sue you outright. suing someone for posting your picture of defamation?
According to Cigarlotto and Cigarlotto PLLC, if your photo is used to show you in a negative or misleading way, you could sue for false light. False light is an invasion of privacy that is based on injury to the reputation of the victim by negative portrayal.
See you in court, Mr. Rogers. And Danny. Matter of fact, all of you have posted my pictures without my permission. Mr. McAfee. Yeah, you did a picture of my face on a chicken, right? So this is going to cost you money. See what I mean? At the end of the day, I should take your house. I'm thinking about it. I want to pray on this. Because I'm thinking about taking your property from you. So yeah. So you did this right here. You did exactly that. And that's what Rogers just did on his site. He went out there and posted my face. So guess what? Lawsuit! I'm suing all of them, man. I'm going to be like the Three Stooges. They line them and they smack them all in the face. You guys, my lawyer's about to do that to you guys. I'm suing all y'all. And we know you're at too on top of that. Oh my goodness. We're coming for you. You're going to owe me so much money. It's not even funny. Oh. Yeah, can't do that. So have your attorneys contact me. Reach out to me. Have them come out. I want to hear what your attorneys have to say. I guarantee if you lie to any of them, I will basically enlighten them and let them know exactly what we're planning in that courtroom, so they know at the end of the day that we're not touching this with a 10-foot pole. No, if your photo is used to show you in a negative or misleading way, you could sue for false light. So false light. Yes. False light is an invasion of privacy that is based on injury or reputation of a victim by negative portrayal, and is similar to slander or defamation. So, learn something new. False light. I guess there's going to be more money we can take out of you. By the way, we're not doing small claims for this. I'm going to federal for this. I'm going to take millions out of you. Mr. Rogers, coming to see you soon. What I'm about to do to your neighborhood is not going to go too well at all. We're going to sue the data. Matter of fact, when I get done with you, Mr. Rogers, and trashing you in court, I'm going to pay for a billboard to put up near your property that's going to have a readout of basically what happened in that courtroom. I want your neighbors to know exactly what you did. And he has the nerve to put down here, Happy New Year's Loser of the Year. Wow. And you're the one at the end of the day who basically is not making any money. Your site is not having any activity on it whatsoever. You haven't had any activity on your page and you're about to sue for millions of dollars? I don't think so, buddy. Don't get attached. I do plan to send out a nice detailed letter. My attorney was sending out to your wife. Because I think she needs to know. Did you leave her out? Did you tell her the stuff you just did? And we find out that she knew about this stuff. I'm filing lawsuits against your spouses. If we find out that they knew anything about your actions, I'm suing them also. This is 2025. I told you this was going to happen. I told you we're going to be to track you guys down and figure out where you're at. That we're going to get in the process of lawsuits. I just told you this stuff. So, did you use my face without permission, Mr. Rogers? You did, right? All right, then. So what does that mean? What's going to happen? How much money do you think you're going to have to pay me now to make me happy? Well, we're going to federal court. Federal court's different. You can ask for millions in federal court. So roughly, I may be asking for $10 million. Since we can show the judge a whole bunch of stuff on your page of your activity of stalking my company, making false accusations about me. Keep in mind, Mr. Rogers, your entire page was duplicated months ago. We had somebody come in and copy everything off your page, so that way we can show the court that you have a history of slander in our company. Painting a very nasty picture about you, man. It's not going to go well. So $10 million, I think, is suitable. And I think because we have a lot of fraud against our company here, I think you deserve some time in jail. Well, that's not going to go, is it? Now, I'm pretty sure you've seen these videos already, and you have not come back onto your site and comment on any of this because you want to separate from this as far as possible, and you want to believe this is never going to pop up again. If I leave this guy alone, that's the end of it. No, Mr. Williams, you ever seen the show called Jeepers, Creepers, or Peepers, whatever it's called? And the thing about that thing, once he sees you, he never locks, he never forgets, he always remembers he's coming for you no matter what. That's us. The only way you can get out of this situation is you pass off this earth. That's the only way. Other than that, we're coming for you. You owe me time, you owe me money. And I plan to get it. Jeepers, Creepers, where do you get those people? But they jacked that song up too. That was a very nice song they made. And it wasn't even about that. It was about something else, but they made it creepy. Freaking Hollywood and the freaking creepy movies. Alright, this is done. I'm finished. I got my gun ready to go. Heating up this glue, get it ready, put all this thing together, hook it up, and then I'll be ready for tomorrow. But then tomorrow my new stuff comes here. I got to go my invisible screen, put that thing together. That's work I have to do. And it's about 9. So I got pretty good timing. Good. Listen to all the editing, the website editing. But I just want to let you guys know, okay? I want to let you know that we're coming for you. And if you see me in that courtroom with you, that means that your life is over. It means I have substantial amount of evidence against you to take whatever the heck I want. So, gentlemen, when you're out there attacking me, I'm collecting your information. That's what I'm doing. I didn't retaliate by doing the same thing you were doing. That's what you wanted me to do, but I didn't. I just collected all your stuff. I posted all the stuff that you were doing against me all over the internet, everywhere. Any agency could dig you up anywhere. We can go to court and I can tell a judge to put your name in and your stuff will pop up. The same charges, the same stuff that we're talking about is the same stuff I'm going to be charged you in court for. So that evidence is everywhere. So now it's time. It's judgment day. It's time to basically pay your dues. You went out and get all this dumb stuff. You thought you got away with it. We'll prosecute this guy. Nothing's happening to me. Business is doing well. And we'll just walk away from it and just forget about the whole thing. You ain't forgetting about Jack. We're not done yet. We are going to see you in court. And this nonsense right here, Mr. Rogers, this is going to cost you so much money. It is going to be a crying shame when we get done with you. I'd be surprised if your wife sticks around. I really do, because you're not going to be around. And as old as you are, well, I told you, man doesn't live that long. We don't. So, yeah, 10 years will kill you in that place. If you're not strong enough, it will. The stress alone would drive you crazy in that place. And I think he thinks because he's privileged or whatever he thinks is in the day, that nothing's going to happen to him. Well, Mr. Rogers, yes, it is going to happen. And second of all, that whole thing about basically taking your company to court and challenging your company, you're definitely getting jail time out of that too. We're following, oh, this is a cyber charge. At the end of the day, with the FBI, you're definitely going to get some jail time out of it. Go get yourself a lawyer, talk to him about what you did, and reach back out to me. And it's not for a plea deal, Mr. Rogers. It's so that I can hear from your attorney's mouth that he's going to say to me that we have nothing to hold you on and nothing to file a lawsuit against. I'll be waiting for the letter. And again, no fake letters. Because if you send me a fake letter, I'll use that against you in court. So don't do that either. Send me the real deal. That's what I want. A real letter from a real attorney making this statement. And I'll tell you why you're never going to get it, Mr. Fernando, because any lawyer at the end of the day will know that you committed this crime, that you're going to be sued for it. If he were to come in and make that statement, I could get his license. So he's not dumb enough to basically lose his license for you. Give me a real one, have him contact me. I got work to do, right, Taco? We got things to do. Where's your mouseies at? And I'll be seeing you shortly. This dumb nonsense. Okay, we got copies of that. I got pictures of all of this. You know, some nonsense. Ken is on. Be careful about the things you say out of your mouth. Ken is on notice. Ooh, I'm on notice. I'm so scared. Was it the hold on for a minute. The fifth element. Was the fifth? Oh no, it was oh man, Demolition Man. Demolition Man. I'm so scared.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm so scared.
yeah, really. That whole nonsense at the end of the day talking about I'm on notice. Ain't nobody on notice at the end of the day. Where's my notice at? I'm gonna give you my notice at the end of the day. I guarantee you'll get mine. 100%. You'll definitely get mine. Post my face and slander my face at the end of the day and think at the end of the day you're not gonna get sued. Now I'm gonna post this to my forum site from other people on there and say, hey, look, we got this guy by the name of Danny Rogers. PARTAY PSP Products felt the need to use his YouTube channel to slander me, and we're in the process of filing a lawsuit. How many people think we're going to get it? I bet you everybody in that room says we're going to get it. $10 million lawsuit. I'm so scared. He sat there and said, notice.
Oh, I'm so scared.
Oh, please. All right, I got to go. I got stuff to do. Unlike these guys that basically don't have nothing left to offer, where we've got so much technology, it's not even funny. I'm going to finish building my virtual tank. I got my visible screen coming out. And I know we get people basically who support them at the end of the day. If you sit there and stay out of your mouth and say, well, we don't want your business at the end of the day. My technology is one of the most vast technologies right now in the market. We're going to go out and we're going to basically buy every screen on the market we can get our hands on, and I'm going to have it posted to my website on how many certified screens we knock out, screen paints we knock out. So next time somebody opens their mouth and says some dumb nonsense, I'm going to send you the entire page on how many companies we were able to knock out at a 15% screen. Our technology does something that no one else does. So if you don't come through us, your product don't work. Your projector doesn't work at all, period. Show me one screen right now that can take anything I have over here right now. One screen. Show me something. The Series C, oh, that stuff is trash. Can't even back it up. He's going to court for that already. Anybody else? There is nobody else. Period. It's just us now. So I want to be number one. I want to have the best screen on the market. My customers want the best screens on the market. The only people who complain at the end of the day are people who support those idiots at the end of the day. Show me your screen today, which you can't because it don't work. And the other half is the other people who make products that are just mad at the end of the day because they can't compete with us. Our customers don't have that problem. Customers want the very best. They don't want trash. So we got contracts already set up and ready to go everywhere. I even got an advertising team coming on. You can't be on my level at the end of the day. So you can sit there, oh, you haters at the end of the day, so we don't care. Keep your money. I don't care. Keep your money. Nobody wants your money. Keep your money. But I know what you're facing at the end of the day. We'll get a white screen to compete with us. We'll crush white screens. A gray screen, please. 15% can turn that thing yellow. This technology can bleed one of the screens out with a flashlight on a phone. Gray screen is trash. We trash this all day long. Certified, no competition against a screen that reads an Infinity One black level. And if they do make one, I guarantee it'll be 10 times more expensive than ours. Keep in mind, it has to be the absorb 100,000 lux of sunlight and do the crazy tests we do, but they can't even do. They're still following on their old traditions of being in a dark environment with 8,000 lumen projectors to run. So, good luck. Now, to my customers who appreciate the hard work we put on our technology, they will have that luxury technology. While those of you, again, who don't like us, well, you deal with that crap at the end of the day. Good luck when you're overpriced, expensive projectors that you're never, ever going to be able to use your full potential because your screens don't work. That's why when you go on YouTube and you look up ambient rejection technology, we are the only ones popping up that are outside, fully lit environments, commercial properties, freaking pushing images through windows. That'll be us. Not anybody else. Everybody else is sitting in the dark with those projectors. Yeah. So those of you who support us, welcome to the future. And those you don't, well, go kick rocks, because that's where you're going to be at, kicking rocks. With your washed out images, poorly looking projectors and faded environments, overpriced machines you'll never get the full potential out of, that's where you'll be at. And if you feel at the end of the day that I don't want to buy, well, don't buy from me. Go somewhere else. I know what's facing you already. You'll have to come back to us. But the thing about it is when you do come back, we don't want to sell to you. So where do you go? You make your own product, you could do that. But you have to compete with years and years and years of experience in testing. Then we can wipe your product out just like that if you mention our name. You'll end up like these guys, or cancellations and all that other dumb nonsense they had to go through. There's nothing else. There you go. See, that's the thing about it. Most people got into the field to test and make screen paints. At the end of the day, we did it differently. We went in to challenge everybody. We can beat everybody. Then that means that makes our product number one, which gives it more value to it. Which means we turn away someone, there's no place for you to go because we beat everybody. Which would make our product extremely valuable. If you think that's crazy, wait till you see the new screen we're building. The new front vision, just like the LG TV that we're building. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And this screen right here, at the end of the day, will put that TV to shame. I've already been on the forum sites already. I've talked to people. They're already going to put orders in for that technology already. We got people who have TVs that are going to be buying our technology. That shows you where we sit and everybody else does. So not only people that are mad about what I'm saying out of my mouth, or those who support these idiots, and you're just mad because their products suck, and you know they suck, you know what you're stuck with, but you can't say anything about it because of that old pride thing. And the other half, well, basically because you want to make our products, but you can't make our products, and that makes you upset, which we don't care. So, do I care whether or not you buy from me? No, I don't. You don't make and break my company. I can sit there with this technology, and I can sell it to any one of these big companies and get millions of dollars with no problem whatsoever. Or I can basically market my product out here, which I'm planning to do, and make a ton of money because they've never seen it before. So for your 2 or 3 orders that you don't buy from me, I'll get 40, 50, or 60 that will buy. You see my ship out orders? You see all those orders we have flooding all over the table? You know, I had to push those orders through because the house I was living in costs a lot of money to live in. So in order for me to maintain that lifestyle, I had to push that paint, and we could sell it just like that all day long. But in my situation I'm at right now, I don't need to push like that no more. Now it's basically about I make enough money to make me happy, pay for my expenses, and now more push like networking now because we did everything we needed to do. I don't have to do networking anymore, and I have to do pushing for those orders. But we want it, we can push it on that level. It ain't a problem. So my next stage is TVs. We have already made the decision. It took us about a year to figure out all the technology we engineer, what we want to use. They don't have that option. The color paints, I'm letting it go for a while. The silvers, letting it go. The only thing I'm keeping is that black technology behind me and the ad tech, and that's all we need. I'm good. The ad tech replaces everything. And if I had it my way, and I really want to do it, we might get to a point we might get rid of all screen paints and just use ad tech only. Just use a physical screen only. Because ad tech replaces everything. That screen can't take in direct sunlight. It can survive in this environment, which is shocking on how much light we have in here. That screen actually fires up in here. But no, ad tech is way beyond this right here. Way beyond it. Way beyond it. The vision tech, ad tech, whatever you want to call it. So, with that being said, running the test that I did in the last couple of days, finding out I got 24,000 lumens in the ceiling, that would explain the headaches. And those screens are able to operate on 50 and 300 lumens, even with a lamp over top the screen. We can go anywhere we want with this technology. And put this in an extremely high position. And that's why the people who saw what we were doing in these demonstrations, everybody else on YouTube sitting in these dark environments trying to pull an image up of these poorly lit birthday candle environments. That's a appropriate way to put it, birthday candle environments. Trying to pull up an image and look, we got light in the corners right over there. That area's so dark you need freaking flashlight to find it, and where the light's at, you need a GPS to figure out where it's at. Little window open up. Oh my God, we got light coming in. Please, come on, give me a break, give me something at the end of the day. Once I can finish all the testing on all the other screens, we post it to our website, so we have that there. Once we finish the new screens at 100%, to prove that our technology is better than everyone else, I'm going to put out a challenge for any company to try to take my screen. Gentlemen, can you do that? Can you say that from your mouth? There's a difference between me and you. I have matching better challenges. You don't have those. You know why? Because I could come in and crush your challenges just like that with no problem. Put up a matching better challenge and see what happens. See how fast I'll run right through your website. You don't do that. There you go. That's why they don't do it. No matching better. We did that already. I bought your stuff up. You gave me back my money. You didn't keep it. So, with that being said, I'm done here with all this. You can't do matching better challenges. You can't. Some King's challenge. I don't know what the heck that dumb thing was. Stupid, as a matter of fact. You don't test your stuff. How can you do challenges if you don't test your stuff? So, again, no, you don't have anything for us. You can't put challenges there. But I want an ultimate challenge. I want to see if we can find someone. I want to see if there's a screen that can take us. We're going toward. Look, our next goal with this technology we have, the new one we have here, that turns your gray screens yellow. This new technology we have to challenge TVs. I literally said that last year in the garage, that when the ad tech, didn't I say about the ad tech? When the ad tech shows itself, that we are going to be requiring TVs to go against it. Oh, Danny, you did mention something about me using camera tricks, right? So since Jamie started that stuff about camera tricks, and McAfee said the same thing about camera tricks, I'll be suing all three of you for making that statement. And then Mr. Williams, if you said it, that's a lawsuit coming towards yours too. I forgot about that whole camera thing. I'm actually filing a separate lawsuit because they made statements that we're using special equipment in our camera. By the way, Mr. Rogers, you see this phone right here? This is the phone you're going to hold in court. You're going to show us all at the end of the day how we did it. If you can't, it's going to cost you money. So, you get a chance to touch the famous phone. Show us how we did it. I'd rather not. I can hear right now. You know what? I'd rather not. Rather not what? I'd rather not do it. So you made the statement that you did say his pilot could. Yeah, it's right there. Why would you rather not do it? I'm going to force you to do it. You're going to do it. You have no choice. Don't make statements you can't back up. Gotta put that in the bag. Gotta glue this thing together. I'm done. So all that stuff in the trash. I'm finished. I got my new screen coming in. Unfortunately, we can't ship overseas anymore. We're done with that. No more overseas shipping until Orange Man gets out of freaking office. Other than that, can't do anything about it. For those who want to say why, because tracking no longer exists once it leaves the United States. We're going through that right now with the customer over in England, which I'm going to refund him his money back because there's no way in the world we can track it. It's impossible. The minute the package leaves the United States, it goes ghost. They said they just started that. You couldn't have just started that. I've been shipping packages out forever by you guys. So if that was a problem, we'd have never had free shipping anywhere on our site. So no, if you ship an item out overseas, just to let you know, the tracking number will go ghost. They can't track it at all, period. Nothing shows up. So, we can't ship anything overseas at all, period. Unless you're planning to come here and pick it up at one of the showrooms and bring it back with you. Other than that, we can't ship jack to you. That's a bad timing, ain't it? We got this new technology now coming out. Really bad timing. Not for us, because we're going to make our money here in the United States. Regardless, we're going to make our money. But for anyone overseas, it's not going to be to get it now because you can't send it over there. Rawr. Rawr. Here's your gallop. Rawr. 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 Uh-oh. 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 Rawr. Rawr. Uh-oh. Rawr. Rawr. Uh-oh. Rawr. Rawr. Uh-oh. What you doing? What are you doing, Taco? Rawr. What are you doing? Rawr. Rah. Ah. Rah. Rah. Your box? Ah. What are you doing? What are you doing? Sneaking? Sneaking? Ah. Taco. Yep. Okay. Ah. 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 Is there catnip in this? Whatchamacallit? Rawr. Keep an eye on me. Rawr. Ah. Rawr. I think it was catnip in the toys. I got these new toys. Rawr. Yeah. I got new toys. He's more jumpy than he usually is. Is there catnip in the toys? You know that? He didn't say anything about catnip in them. He been messing with the little toys right here. I got like 4 of them. Little toys. Ever since he got me jumping like crazy. Look, there's catnip in them. Taco, there's catnip in there. There's catnip in there. That's why he's been so jumpy. That's why he's so extra jumpy. It's a catnip in there. It's catnip in there. Oh, Taco. Taco, you do know that that Apollo and Creed are German Shepherds, right? They're drug sniffing dogs. They're gonna bust you, man. They're gonna bust you. Look what you're doing, man. Why you look so out of it? Listen, I look out of it because I'm always out of it. I'm a cat. What are you talking about? Oh, right. All right. Well, that's it for me. I had to build my fish tank, and I'm done. And then tomorrow I got to go in and build my new clear case coming in. Our prototype for our cases, our new cases. For our new screens, our new box invisible screens. I did like the design that they did with the LG. I just didn't like that top they had on there. I didn't like that whole cover up. I want mine to be crystal clear coming through. So I get that done. And I got people already lined up to buy it. So, for individuals who don't like me, and you post at the bottom, I'm not buying your product, no one asks for your money. We don't want it. Keep it. But for people that basically appreciate our technology, well, we got these amazing screens coming out. They're going to look, make your environment and your projector look absolutely and stunning when we get done. And it's going to be in a showroom pretty soon, so you can come down and check it out. Because we would advise you to come down and check it out. Or get one of the samples, because we got samples going out. $30 for the samples, 8x8s. They're going out. And we got 2 types of screen. I think I'm going to do me a box. If we do the one that looks like a box, I'm going to check one of those out first. I'm going to design one of those. And then we're going to have the panel system. So we're making 2 different types of screens. So we got people that are posting on my page. They try to make me look bad by saying that, oh, I'm not buying your product. Nobody wants your money to begin with. Keep your money. We don't want it. We're good. Go ahead. Bye. Good luck on your adventure. Maybe I'll bump into your YouTube channel. You sitting in this ultra dark environment with your colors washed out, no contrast whatsoever. Yeah, right. I don't care. That's your opinion. I think at the end of the day, you're going to make a statement on my page that we're not going to buy from you. I'm sitting there and go, oh my goodness, you're not going to buy from us. That's what ruined us. That's why, like, people have managers at the end of the day, and you get that one customer as a jerk that comes in there talking all this dumb nonsense. Well, I'm taking my money elsewhere. Oh my goodness, you're taking their money elsewhere. Oh, heaven to Bessie. Nobody want to put it with your nonsense. I already went through that nonsense with some rich jerker to contact me with some dumb nonsense at the end of the day. Nobody putting up with that nonsense. And you get Karen attitude out of here at the end of the day. Bye. I ain't going to put it with you at the end of the day. Nobody needs your money. I can't stand that when people come in and they think they entitlement, talk to you any way they want to, try to treat you like trash, and then because you take theirs, go ahead, bye, bye-bye, bye-bye. Gee, whiz Louise. No. You don't want to buy my product? Don't buy it. I don't care. I don't enjoy watching your videos. You stuck in the dark trying to figure out where the coffee table at, stepping on Legos and everything else. Bye. Go buy their stuff. That's even better. Oh, I forgot. One, the website's going, and the other one, well, you don't even know what that stuff's going to turn into, so good luck with all that. And that range gain nonsense, please explain that to us. Somebody buy that stuff and do a video, explain to what range gain is. I want to know. They can't tell what the range gain is. They can't tell us. They don't know what it is. What is the range gain? They don't even know. They don't know what it is. They don't know what it is. What is range gain? We don't know what it is. We don't know. Nobody knows. The range gain 2.0. Let me see. I'm going to come out of this page right here. Run this for a minute real quick. See if we can find any more customers that has this paint. Oh, good gracious. Taco. Ugh. Let's see. gonna find some customers. Customer review. Well, that's just all us right there. So we got basically catching his product turn gray. Again, his product turned gray. His product turned gray again. His product turned gray again. Gray again. Gray again. It's us again. It's probably gonna work. Gray again. Blah blah blah. Let me see. Himself calling somebody in a free black mix, but turned out to be gray. Let me see right here. Nope. Hey, welcome to the customer from the UK. He disappeared? Oh, he left. The guy from the UK. Well, yeah, because you can. Like I said, at the end of the day, I told you. He made a statement that he said that the product was made from scratch. The product is made from scratch. It means you're making an unstable chemical. And if unstable chemical was shipped through the mail, yeah, that's not going well. The customs don't play around with stuff like that. Where is it? That's great, by the way. Oh, my goodness. That's just asking. That's the video we're shooting right now. Missing. Nope, no customers. The first thing when somebody says customers, is the first thing that should pop up. It shouldn't be all us. This is definitely all us. Customer views. So it's a Series C. Let's take this out. Maybe this will bring up a customer. Let's try this. The guy from the UK pops up. Ah, here he is. Lee popped up. This is Lee. This is the Series C. This is the only person that pops up right on this product. Now this product is supposed to be black, right? But the entire demonstration on a black screen was done in a dark environment. Now this is where you mess up. This demonstration here from OLED, this background comes up in black. It doesn't come up in gray. This comes up in black. It doesn't come up in gray. And why are you in the dark? That's what makes the thing. You shouldn't be in the dark with a black screen. Yep, that's stand that great for a minute. Stands having a mind of his own over here. So why are you in the dark with a black screen? Now this background here, right here, look, watch this. Comes up in black. See right here? This is where your screen got outed. That's the border of the screen right here, coming right down the side. This is in gray. Screen's in gray. So the question everybody kept asking in the forum site on the video, if you have a black screen, why are you in an ultra dark environment showing up a black screen? Darker screens are supposed to have the ability to pull up in fully lit environments because, again, they're designed to absorb light better. So why would you have this in the dark if it's black? Because the screen's not black, it's gray. That's why. And how bad the colors are washed out. This is all washed. That's supposed to pop. Look at that. The honey's supposed to have shine on it. It's supposed to pop. That is so dull and washed out. This is grays through this. With the whole demonstration in the dark. So we asked him several times about the range gain. I've asked him multiple times. He blocked us. He took out the entire comment section. Yeah, your screen is gray. And on top of that, why are you in the dark with this thing? That's the bigger question. Why are you in the dark? Screen's gray. That's black. It's an OLED demonstration. That background is supposed to be black, not gray. Now watch this. When screens change over, they go through a transition unit. Which means for a minute, screen will fade out. Oh, you gotta do that in slow motion. They gotta be done in slow motion. It fades out. Let me see. Normal playback speed. Get it back to 25. We do this for all screens when we're watching them. Because when your screen transitions, the projector kind of like it shuts down, and then it comes back on. If your screen's black, it's going to come up black. If it's gray, it's going to come up gray. And as we can see, when you do the transition, when the screen cuts off, the image cuts off and comes back on, it shows your true identity of your screen. Screen's gray. Ugh. That's why it's in the dark. Everybody asks that in the forum site, why are you in the dark with a screen that black? Even gunmetals don't sit in environments that dark, and they're not even black. They're gray. Dark gray, that. Is that right, Tom? It has failed to achieve the challenge. Dark gray. Alright, let me get ready to do my jump here, get that done. What do you do? I dropped the ATM machine there for some money. I need to go pick up something. The results from the UK. Yeah, we got them posted everywhere. The screen's gray. That's a gray screen. When they transition, like this screen right here, for the transition, it's always black. It's always going to come up black because it's a black screen. It should never be turning gray. Glad. Get our contracts lined up, ready to go. I've got some big plans I want to do with my company. I've got some people I'm bringing on board that's going to be buying up our technology. We're ready to move and get our things done. You know why? Because I'm sick and tired of having this conversation about this dumb nonsense. Really am. I can go to any company. I'm thinking about it. We may make our technology companies only. We're thinking about it. It's easier. It's so much easier. I'm going to tell you what. I don't have to sit there and explain stuff over and over and over and over again. Go into a company, sign a contract, explain to them one time, we're done. That's it. Gray screen, not black. And then people, at the end of the day, that we try to tell, it's a gray screen. And whoop, over top of your head, go ahead and get yourself ripped off, I don't care. But don't contact me with that mess up there in Denton. Well, you know, so-and-so. Well, then you stay with your decision. No time for that nonsense. LG demonstration. LG demonstration. No, partial lighting. I can see why Diamond made the carbon black for companies only. I can see why they did it. All right, Tackle, we're out. I got things to do today. I don't have time to take on this dumb nonsense. Oh, I forgot about the other half. So the other half basically supports screens that, again, we conquer all day long because they don't like us. Well, let me explain something to you at the end of the day. I got options. More options than most people have in the day. So we make the option to sell out. You can't afford that screen in no way in the world you can afford it. Virtually impossible. We make the option to sell to companies only. You won't be able to touch it as a consumer. No one can go near it. Only companies would have access to that technology. So you would never, ever be able to touch one of these things. And, well, that's pretty much it. And as you can see what our technology does, there's nothing that does what our technology does. You have this technology, the advantage points that you'll be able to do with your everyday with your projector would be outstanding. Well, like I said, we make those decisions. That's it. That's what companies usually do. They go with the highest bidders and they sell out. That's why you can't afford certain things like, these nice expensive cars and all the nice luxury things of life unless you got the money. It comes down to the haves and have-nots. That's what it comes down to. Now, you see this right here? See how we had gray popping up in the background? There is no gray. It's an OLED. At all, period. There's none at all, period. It's black. OLEDs have black backgrounds. What is a gray background doing on an OLED? Oh my goodness, I swear if I have to explain that one more time. One more time! But anyway, that's what I said right there. It's supposed to be a black background. Especially when OLED's trying to show up their contrast levels, which again, the OLED TV, I don't understand the purpose of that. Due to the fact that it's supposed to be contrast. Why am I looking at a gray image on an invisible? See? The individual bubbles that are supposed to pop. Man, I tell you, for people that I talk to, I got other people that I talk to at the end of the day. I do business with my customers and stuff like that. My customers know. They contacted, they know. But some of these other people who go out here and buy these faulty screen paints, good gracious, man. I could show you the bridge if I wanted to. I literally believe I could show you the Brooklyn Bridge. I can do it. I think I can do it. Do you see the clarity in that? You see how clean that pops up? I can literally show you the Brooklyn Bridge. I could do it. I can tell it to you. I can show you that bridge. I do believe I can. I've had the most just conversations about people at the end of the day with somebody stuff. Well, really, you don't understand the concept of contrast. The guy I had a conversation with who had to sit there and argue with me about how he knows about projection screen, but yeah, you own a white screen. I was like telling me you know about high performance cars, but you own a bike, not a motorcycle, an actual pedal bike. Nothing against them, but that's two different types of machines. That then I can't call a bike a machine, but anyway, it's going to be a machine, I guess a pedal machine. But anyway, it's two different things. I'm like you pulling up at somebody's car, a bunch of guys out there working on cars. And you come out there with a pedal bike, I'm like, yeah, I know what you're talking about. They don't look at you like, you okay? You seem a little delusional. Well, this is how we fix the problem. I'm killing time right now. I gotta go someplace. I'm killing time. This is how we fix the problem. I'll wipe out your screen and it ends. That's it. That's how we're going to do it. If anybody wants to sit and talk trash at the end of the day, we'll get your product, we'll take it out. Done. That's it. The next time some customer comes on and they don't appreciate our work and you run your mouth about a screen, here you go, shut it down. Like that whole 8-man projector trash. Cool. By the way, that customer has a lifetime ban from us. We don't see can't stop buying from us ever. Long time to get a ban. Alright, I'm done with this. Taco! Denario! Taco Denario at the stereo. Yeah, I forgot we're looking at this. Fatal Fury. How many of them is? Oh, this is the one that just came out, too. Any gray screens want to go against my quantum technology? Anybody? I'm going to put a challenge out for any gray screen I want to challenge my quantum technology. How many screens can this technology take out? Put your bids up. Any takeoffs? You're not ready for good. This is a good technology. You're not ready for good screen paints. I'm getting this game, by the way. Alright, I'm done. I gotta go build. I got things to do. Disappointed. Very disappointed.